Alright, we should be going live now. Welcome everyone, this is On Just Restart. I'm joined by Brandon from What About Nintendo. And we are going to be discussing the Nintendo Direct, or lack thereof, because there was a major earthquake in Hokkaido last week, shortly before the planned Direct last Thursday. And it's a huge disaster, and Nintendo decided to delay the Direct, you know, I guess to pay respects to those who are harmed, those who are in trouble, and focus their efforts on helping other people. So, we'll be talking about that and everything that's sort of been leaked because of that, and how that may affect the Nintendo Direct that we will eventually get. So, we'll be getting to that, but for anyone who wants to help support those who are suffering in Hokkaido, there is a link in the description below. And on top of that, Brandon's been streaming a whole bunch to raise up for the disaster relief in Hokkaido, so make sure to check out those streams, and I'm going to try to join him in a collaboration stream this weekend as well. Fingers crossed, I just need to get the work done. But,
right.
We'll be getting started. So, Brandon, I guess what are your thoughts on the Nintendo Direct being delayed? Unless you want to talk about, your streams and supporting Hokkaido first, I guess that's kind of important. You can talk about that if you want.
Yeah, I just had a stream last Saturday, and I've been keeping the link in the description of all the streams since then. But we were raising money, for Hokkaido through that, and we got some money raised. I think it was like $30+ raised, so we got some money there. We're hoping to get a lot more this weekend, but we did pretty good there. So yeah, and I'm just saying, a lot of people, I've seen some. Well, it's been kind of split. But some people have been like really complaining about Nintendo delaying the Direct. Like, oh, this doesn't affect you, Nintendo. Oh, you could have just kept it up there. It's like, oh, like how it doesn't take any manpower to like hit upload on its live stream. It's like, guys, get over yourselves. It's just a Direct. Like, it's not important.
Yes, it is. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It is important, obviously, but
right.
It's just that, one, it's not even necessarily a labor issue. It's kind of paying respects. Like, when the Nintendo Direct comes out, that's like a celebration, right? Everyone's hyped and excited. This is a time of need for a whole bunch of people. So, that's kind of, it's good practice to not, host a giant advertising celebratory event. So that's probably the main reason why they delayed it. And on top of that, there's actually one of Nintendo's developers is in the area, and they are affected by it as well. So,
right.
There are things that need to be done. There are things that need to be changed. So, unfortunately, it needed to be done. So,
Right. Yeah, I think Nintendo definitely made the right call there, delaying the Direct.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would have been bad otherwise.
Right.
It was kind of a boring Thursday.
Right, yeah, dude. I literally was just like, what do I do with my life now?
Yeah. However,
also these plans.
Yeah, but things have been leaking because of that, right? Because a lot of the way the Nintendo Directs usually work, right, is that we get the Direct and a lot of things sort of are announced or come out right after. So a lot of companies have plans, and it's kind of hard to change all of these plans, right? Like, the Final Fantasy Pocket Edition, like, that came out shortly after. Like, that's coming out for all systems. I'll vomit about that later on in the podcast. We got a trailer for Pokemon Let's Go, although I think that was planned anyways, but we might have seen something from Pokemon Let's Go as well in the Direct, and it was just kind of shown off anyways as well. We got Mega Man 11. The demo came out, like, I think, was it Thursday night?
Yeah, it was very soon after the scheduling of the Direct, so.
Yeah, we got an announcement for Crystal Chronicles HD Remake.
Civilization 6 got announced for the Switch.
Yeah, so a lot of announcements that may have been shown off in the Nintendo Direct have come out already. And on top of that, there have been a few leaks as well, so I'll just kind of say what I've heard. So the Smash Bros. Website did an update on Friday, right? And it does. It's supposed to.
Right.
Which means, or it implies that they were going to have something they were going to show off during the Direct, but they didn't, because they didn't, they delayed the Direct, and they didn't want to just reveal it on the Smash Bros. Website as a blog update. So that could very well mean a roster update or two, right? Some major stuff.
Yeah.
Which is expected. We all expected a character reveal or two during the Direct, so they held that off. Right, so we know, I guess in terms of the leaks, right, we basically know that there will be a character reveal or two during the Direct. And on top of that, there was another leak of 2 bundles. The Pokemon Let's Go bundle and a Smash Bros. Bundle for the Nintendo Switch. We got an official confirmation of the Pokemon Let's Go bundle. Right, which comes with the Pokemon Go Plus, a download copy for either Eevee or Pikachu, you pick one, and it comes with these yellow and brown controllers, and a dock that has a whole bunch of cool Pikachu and Eevee stuff on it. Right, so
I believe that there's actually 2 separate bundles. Like, there's the one with like different art on the box for Pokemon or for Pikachu, and one for different art for Eevee. Well, if I'm not mistaken.
What I saw was both. There was Pikachu on one side of the dock and an Eevee on another.
Yeah, it is, but I think the box of the actual like game, it's just what I saw on Twitter. I saw they showed 2 different boxes. I think one of them said Eevee and one of them said Pikachu. I could be mistaken, but that's just what I thought.
Well, it does say bundles in the report.
Yeah.
So, let me see. Let me see if there's like a visual.
Here.
I'm trying to see a visual difference.
Pokemon Company. Where is it on Twitter?
I don't see the visual difference.
They may have just shown 2 boxes, and I assumed a visual difference without actually checking. I actually can't find the box, so I cannot confirm or deny this.
No, it is 2.
Dang, they're not showing this box. It's not on their Twitter. How are you
I'm
gonna
not
do that,
sure how they're different, because both have Pikachu and Eevee on them.
Yeah. It may be the same. They just show 2 boxes because there's 2 games.
Maybe, yeah, that may be what it is. Oh, that's probably what it is. So you pick the Pikachu, the one that comes with the Pikachu download code, and the
yeah, that's
with the Eevee download code.
That's the one I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
But I think the hardware itself is the same.
Yeah, the actual design of it is the exact same.
Like the left.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, the left.
Just the box is different, I think.
You're right. The left Joy-Con is brown, and the right Joy-Con is yellow in both packages, right? And the dock is the same in both packages. It has Eevee on one side, Pikachu on the other, and then the back has silhouettes for both. So yeah, it's just basically the download copy, from what I'm understanding, that's different.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's basically. But anyways, basically that bundle has come out, and it's also suggesting that the Smash bundle is also real. So there's gonna be a Smash bundle, which also doesn't really come as a surprise. So there's nothing groundbreaking, right? Oh, it's a bad pun. But it's. Oof. Yeah, there's nothing that kind of is blowing our minds here. It's all sort of relatively expected stuff, but still there have been several leaks. And so when I said there's soft Smash leaks in the chat, there's a leak of an actual Smash bundle, and basically a leak suggesting that there will be a character reveal or 2 during the Direct. That's pretty much all we really know. But there's been several announcements all throughout, so we're going to be talking about these different things, breaking it down, and sort of getting into our revised Direct predictions, because all of these announcements would have been in the Direct, so what does that mean for the Direct? Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. I mean, I guess I could go over the outline, but I'm probably going to be, like, jumping through most of these, because, you know, they're all kind of minor stuff individually. Yeah, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Hello, Jasper. What's going on?
Oh, sorry. Zuno Joki Misakoi. How do you pronounce that? I'm not exactly sure. Sorry, man. But he says, is the Nintendo coming on Thursday? Is that real? It's just a rumor.
It's just a rumor. It's a widely believed rumor.
Yeah.
I would say it's true. I don't know where this rumor is coming from, but either rumor or not, I would say Thursday is a high likelihood, because
I mean, even if we said last podcast, it's going to be either this Thursday or next Thursday, so they both the dates made sense. So
yeah, exactly. Yes, and it is possible that Famitsu victory that there will be some leaks that come out of it, so that puts more pressure on Nintendo to get a Direct out sooner than later. But yeah, oh no, Dino died. But anyways, yeah, Corn Queen. In case you didn't hear what I said, that there have been the Smash leaks we brought up. There's gonna be a character reveal or 2, and there's a Smash bundle, pretty much. Hey Sabbath, hey Joe. What was Zuno saying? I want the Nintendo Direct really bad. I need to know who will be the new. Yeah, me too. I have a feeling that Isaac's gonna be one of them. That's also another thing, Mr. Dwayne. There was this information coming out suggesting the Karate Joe as well. I don't know what that means. Karate Joe is from Rhythm Heaven?
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe
he's the most logical Rhythm Heaven character. People keep saying Chorus Kids, but from what I know, Karate Joe makes a lot more sense as an actual fighter.
Yeah,
I mean, it's in the name, karate.
yeah, I wouldn't say there's maybe that's a character reveal for Smash Bros. That's possible. Hey Julio, Vincent, what's up, man?
Karate Joe has a lot of fans, so it's definitely possible. And Sakurai seems to be trying to go for the Smash wish list this time around, so
So
I wouldn't write it off.
according to Alexander Christopher Hernandez, both Bandana D and Karate Joe's leaks were fake. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Smash leaks coming out.
Yeah, there are
so,
a lot.
You know, like I said, from what I've heard that seems reliable, it's basically all we really know is that there's going to be a character reveal or two and the Smash bundle. Everything else is just kind of a maybe. Yeah, so, oh, snap, it's Monkey Key, Monkey Key. Yeah, my brain. Monkey D. Luffy. I would like to see Isaac for Smash Brothers. Based off that Sakurai tease that came out after the last Direct, I think we might see him this Direct. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. So, yeah. But, I guess, Brandon, how do you feel just in general about the Direct being delayed and how all of these leaks are sort of impacting what may be our experience of the Direct when it does eventually come? If it comes, because that's another, well, you can answer that question before we get to the next one.
Right. I think it'd still be good because I think they have a lot of first party stuff to show. There's some more leaks. I don't know if I think we're going to talk about that in a bit. That suggest a lot of first party showings. So I think it will still be interesting in that regard. But I think most of the third party stuff has been announced. So I'm not sure if we'll see much of third parties in the Direct when it gets announced. And it could be significantly shorter than it was planned. Maybe not. It depends on how they wanted to show them, because a lot of third parties, sometimes they go with a highlight reel. It's real quick. But depending on how in-depth they were going to go with all these different third-party announcements we've gotten, it could be a whole 5 to 10 minutes, possibly. I'd say maybe closer to 5.
I think there's a chance they won't cut it at all, because do you remember the for E3 how we had Dragon Ball Fighters and Fortnite leaked? They just showed them during the Direct, right? Like, all of the games were just all leaked. And they just kind of showed them all in a little sizzle reel, and that was it.
Right. True. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they showed it in a sizzle reel, like, they'll just keep that in. But, yeah, it's very possible that they just had, like, a very quick, just snap through the games, and then they planned on releasing trailers right after if you wanted to see more in depth. So, it really depends on how they went about that. Because if those trailers are ripped straight from the Direct, I don't think they'd show them again. I doubt they are. It's kind of up in the air at this point. Then again, there's been a lot of weird announcements where you're like, oh, that could have totally been a Direct, Nintendo, and you're just like, nope, it was just a normal trailer.
That's
so it
true.
could also
be
a
lot of little details have come out all throughout the year. They're like, oh, they could have saved that for a Direct. They could have saved that for a Direct, and they haven't. And I think part of that issue, or not even issue, just whatever it is, right? It's just kind of like, since, Satoru Iwata passed away, I think the Directs have slowed down, right? And it's kind of like they've been just simply reporting stuff or releasing information on stuff, and then they just have a few. They don't have as many like really exciting Directs. They have more mini Directs and stuff like that, and game focused Directs, and then the big Directs, right, just kind of happen just 2 to 3 times a year. So, yeah, that may just be what it is. They're just that's just kind of what they've been doing, right, for like a couple of years already. They just are releasing information, and they're just not putting as much focus on having as many Directs as they did during the Wii U era.
Right. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of smaller announcements that they can still get you hyped for if it's the right crowd. Though a lot of the third parties, I noticed they've been some niche titles, so I'm not even sure if, maybe they're not quite even Direct material. Because like Civilization 6, that's like 2 years old, and it's not even like a huge, like, that's a pretty niche audience there. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, that's a niche audience because most people could just buy the normal version of that.
Not to the investors. That's a big deal to the inventors. Investors.
The inventors.
Not the inventors. The investors.
I'm sure it's a big deal to the inventors as well. The developers. If you want to call them inventors.
I'm just not happy about that. I'll talk about the Pocket Edition later. But yeah, it's. I think there's a. I don't think the Direct's gonna be canceled, right?
No.
But I am a little concerned that there's gonna be a lot. It's all these little things, like, I guess, are kind of humbling me or lowering my expectations a little bit, right? It's like a lot of this stuff isn't really that exciting, which is maybe why it's been leaked. That's another possibility, right? But yeah, it's just kind of just a lot of little stuff. It's just a lot, and
Yeah.
we may end up going into the Direct, and they may, if it is just like sizzle reel stuff, like, we could just blaze through it, but they might be like, oh, make sure to check out Mega Man 11. The demo came out a week ago, right? Or, oh, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition is coming out relatively soon. And actually, well, I'll save that. I keep on bringing it up, but I'm like, no, we're going to talk about it later. Yeah, but to answer your question, Julio, no, Charmander has made it back from being stolen by Skull Kid. Yeah, he got ripped into in a dimension, last weekend, but he made it back. I haven't figured out how exactly I'm going to show that, but he did get out of the Majora's Mask dimension. Yeah. So but let's just let's start moving through all of these different announcements, and then we'll start breaking it all down. But so I'm not even sure this was something that we wouldn't have heard about this in the Direct, but Dead Cells, apparently, right? They remember that game, Dead Cells, guys, that there was a whole bunch of controversy for? Well, Dead Cells apparently on the Nintendo Switch is selling 4 times better than the PS4 version, right? And I'm pretty sure they both came out at the same time. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure they came out around the same time, if not the exact same time. And the Switch version is selling way, way better, and there's almost 4 times as many PS4s as there are Switches, and yet the Switch version of Dead Cells is selling 4 times as good as the PS4 version. So, that's, I think it's very telling for the kind of audience you have on the Nintendo system, and also it speaks to just the mindset of gamers who have a Switch. They have a Switch to play games, right? And that's so people are buying games on the Switch because they have it to play games in all sorts of different places. And Dead Cells is also kind of like a Metroidvania style kind of game, right? Which definitely is more along the lines of like the Nintendo fan or the traditional classic gamer, right? A lot of Sony fans are that, but also there's a big portion of them that are just very mainstream, right? Because that's what Sony has captured, the mainstream audience. But the Switch is also becoming mainstream as well, so that point is only makes a minimal difference, I guess. But yeah, Dead Cells is performing really, really well on the Switch. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, I think there's also the point that I think simpler experiences just are kind of geared to do better on the Switch with its just portable nature. A lot of people, like, you're not going to want to sit down on your couch at the end of the day and be like, not play God of War. I'm not going to play Spider-Man. I'm going to play Dead Cells. I'm just going to sit right down and play Dead Cells here. I know I got Spider-Man just came out right next to me. No, I'm going to play Dead Cells. Like, no, that's the kind of game I think that benefits, like, from on the go. Like, simpler experiences, like indie games, you can just play them on the go. You don't have to worry about, like, a lot of times I refuse to play games on the go if it's like a game I'm super hyped about. Like, if I was going to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like, I wouldn't, unless it was, like, if I'm, like, for the first time playing that game, I'm going to play it on the TV. I'm not going to play it on the go.
I'm right there with you. There are moments in Xenoblade that I did take it out portably, but it was, like, grinding moments. But if it was going to be story, I'd put it in sleep mode and I'd wait. I would wait. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
You want that cinematic experience. And I think, but if you're playing a game like Dead Cells with, I think it's 16-bit graphics or 8-bit or whatever it is, I forget which one, it's a lot simpler. You don't have to really worry about, if you're getting the full graphical experience and the full cinematic experience there. You just kind of play the game on the go. So it's a much better fit for that platform, I think, than the PS4.
Yeah, we're in total agreement here. But just as a slightly different subject, kind of going back, I saw that both Victory and Jasper brought up that, because earlier on I was talking about the Nintendo Direct and information is going to be in the Direct, right? I said that, like, for example, Fortnite and Dragon Ball FighterZ were leaked beforehand, right? And they were in the E3 Direct, right? But those weren't official announcements, right? But all these announcements that we've been getting are all official announcements, like we both said. So they still may, like, basically, yeah, the E3 Direct didn't acknowledge that they were leaked to the entire world. The Smash Direct may have some changes to acknowledge that. They may just cut out those portions and have a sizzle reel. That may be the case, and we may have less than 35 minutes of content to show, but I don't think it's going to be a mini direct like some of you guys are suggesting might be possible. Maybe it becomes
right. I don't think the announcements are going to make it. Like, a mini direct's like 15 minutes. Like, this was 35 minutes of content. Even if you pull the entire, length of all the trailers they've shown, that doesn't take away that much. Like, they're pretty short trailers, and they're even like, if there are longer ones, they're not going to show like a whole 3-minute trailer in that direct. They were going to show like the very short, like at most like 30-second version of that trailer. So like, even with all the announcements they've shown, it only cuts off a few minutes. So even if it was they were gonna take everything out, it'd be like 25 to 30 minutes, not 15 like a normal mini direct is.
Yeah, so I think it's still gonna be in the 20-minute range for like you're saying. So I'm not too concerned, and to be honest, most of these announcements aren't too major to me personally. So if they kind of cut them out or minimize them, that might make the direct more exciting for me at least. And I feel
I was actually gonna make the same point.
Yeah, and I think, as hardcore Nintendo fans, I think a lot of us are kind of on the same wavelength here. So, that could be a good thing for us. But, yeah. Anyways, I also noticed that Carlos subscribed. Welcome, man. We'll just talk about Nintendo in here. So, but, yeah, what is it? Rymeledge, right? I kind of am in agreement with you. I don't necessarily... I'm in agreement with you about the Direct not being a mini Direct. But you're saying Nintendo's just screwing with us at this point. You understand why they delayed it. But yes, the electricity has been restored to Hokkaido, and there's no reason to keep the date in the dark. I think it's just basically they're keeping it like the same structure they always have, where they announce it like a day or two before it's actually going to happen. So I think there's a high likelihood they'll either announce it tomorrow or Wednesday and have it on Thursday. So I'm pretty confident about the Direct happening this Thursday. I just think they just moved it up a week. I think that's literally all that happened. But but just kind of going back to Dead Cells, though, I'm really happy the game's doing well, especially on Switch. I think, it just kind of speaks to the audience it's on Switch and the kind of system that it is. I still haven't gotten Dead Cells.
Haven't gotten either.
But I will get around to doing it because I have my Switch back. So, gonna be playing it real soon. I can't wait to try it out. Yeah, so is there anything else you want to say in regards to Dead Cells before I move on, Brandon?
No, not really. Alright.
So, let me see. That is the thing, Shadow Gamer. I'm not entirely sure how they're gonna deal with Famitsu. Maybe they'll have the Direct will have to come out sooner.
Right. When on Wednesday does it release? That's the question. Like, is it like late Wednesday?
It's also in Japan, so you have to take time into account as well.
Exactly.
So the issue is that it's already the end of Monday. They haven't announced anything. So either A, they just upload the Direct, which I don't think they're gonna do. They may just upload it. But
they only really do that for mini Directs, though, and as I already stated, I don't think it's gonna be a mini.
This is a different situation because they have to delay it.
It's a bit different, yeah.
It's a bit different. I'm sure the Direct may even be uploaded onto their channels and just private. Maybe. Although I haven't heard anything about like those playlist things. Like, for example, remember when the Castlevania music was leaked because I think they put like an unlisted version on their playlist.
Yeah, something like that.
No, I haven't heard anything about that regarding the Direct, but that doesn't mean it's not there. It's just
you may not just have not found it.
Exactly. So,
I mean, they did say they would announce a date. They didn't say they were just gonna. They kind of said like they were gonna announce a date and like stream it. Like, that's kind of how I took their statement. But I mean, they could still just upload it and totally be in the right there. But for me, it just sounded like they kind of insinuated that they were going to do the same thing, stream it at a later date.
Yeah, so. Yeah, and I just think that they just moved it up a week. They're just gonna keep the same structure, but just a week later. So they may not even announce the Direct until Wednesday, but the Famitsu thing does kind of create a wrinkle in that plan. So I don't know.
Because it comes out early Wednesday. Well, if you're going to skirt around Famitsu, you'd have to do it like Tuesday then. And then it's not been announced, so it's not going to be Tuesday.
They haven't even announced the Direct yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Monday night. So You know, like...
Yeah. Unless they want to do it, like, super early Wednesday or something.
Or maybe they'll just let Famitsu leak.
That's what I'm thinking. They're just gonna let it happen.
But how much is Famitsu gonna cover from the Direct? Like, I know that they may have Pokemon stuff, but I wasn't even entirely sure we would see Pokemon stuff in the Direct anyway. Will there be Smash stuff in there? Maybe? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure how it's gonna come out. But this is something that we know that has already been leaked. That is Yoshi Crafted World. Nintendo's own site accidentally leaked the title for Yoshi Crafted World. That's the Yoshi game we've been waiting for. That's been delayed, right? That we thought was coming out this year, and it's coming out next year. It's the name, Yoshi Crafted World. And I think that name definitely speaks to the possibility that they may have adapted the game for Nintendo Labo. Maybe. It doesn't have to, but I mean, it's made out of cardboard. It's crafted. Right. Labo's about crafting. So there's a strong possibility there that they've adapted the game for Labo. I mean, and on top of that, we've already seen, like, for example, with Mario Kart, they've added Labo functionality to it, so it's not alien to have Labo functionality in other Nintendo games. They added it retroactively to Mario Kart. I think it's terrible in it, but you know, it's besides the point. It's been added, right? So they may have adapted Yoshi to sort of fit that mold, or how would that work exactly? I guess we'll talk about that for a little bit. But what do you think, Brandon? Do you think it's actually going to have any sort of Labo functionality, or do you think they just, this is the name of the game because that's just based off the aesthetic of the game?
I mean, I kind of think it's both, but I'm just wondering, like, what Labo would do. Obviously, it's not going to be anything recommended. Obviously, they're not going to do anything like that. That'd be ridiculous. But I don't know what you would... Honestly, I have no idea what it would be. Like, would it be, like, extra mini-games? Because I don't know how you would play, like, the main game with Labo and make it interesting. Like, to make the Labo itself interesting. So maybe it's just mini games, like a side mode that you can access if you buy the Labo, or if you maybe it works with Labo that already exists. But I don't know what they would do to make like the normal Yoshi experience work with Labo. Like that doesn't make I can't see that for some reason. Like I just don't know what they would do. Like they could make a Labo controller, but what's interesting about that?
I don't know, man. That's the thing. Yeah, there could just be another mode in the game that sort of works with Labo.
Yes.
What if you could what if you could interact with the world, you know, and cause like change in the game world, right, with Labo devices? Like, remember the Labo toy box that you made, right, where you can like mess with like a room? Maybe it's something along those lines.
Yeah.
For the record, none of this is exciting to me, right? No. Like, I'm not... This is not me being like, oh, this would be so cool if they did this. I just think, okay, whatever.
I can't think of anything that they would do that would be interesting. I'm sure they could think of something that'd be interesting, but me right now, I'm just like, I don't know. I really don't see anything that would be anything special. It's not like Mario Kart where you saw it right off the bat. You're like, oh, obviously, they would put the bike and the cart.
Yeah, that's for the really simple for Yoshi. The problem is we don't even know how Yoshi. I would assume it's kind of like a 2D platform. You can go like towards the background, the foreground, right? That was how the initial trailer was. Right. A 2.5D game. How will that impact? How can you incorporate Labo to benefit that game? I'm having a hard time like conceptualizing it.
Exactly.
So maybe there isn't any Labo. Maybe it's just a name that's similar that kind of makes people think, oh, okay, it's just But then there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna say, oh, this is a missed opportunity. They should have totally incorporated Labo. But I'm not sure how.
Like what?
Like what could Labo do that would make the game like, oh, this is so cool. I need to get Yoshi Crafted World so I can use it with my super expensive cardboard. Like,
right?
I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think in the chat? Do you guys have any ideas? Putting a cardboard stage in Smash would be kind of cute.
That'd be pretty awesome, actually.
Fortnite is cancer saying Labo Pyra Myth or Waifu stage. Yeah, that would work. That would definitely work. Yeah.
Labo in the next Paper Mario game. Oof.
God. Well, actually, they should just do it in every game that's related to paper or cardboard. Every game there should be Labo.
Yep.
Every game. Every time when Link like has to move boxes in the next Zelda game, just put Labo functionality.
Labo box.
Labo box. You know, it's a box. You build a box, and then you can move the box into 3D space, and you can make puzzles out of it. That's exactly how it works.
And there's a hole in the bottom of the box with IR sensors, so it can tell when you're moving. It's like a mouse.
I think we're really close to coming up with like a really good idea here. We're actually kind of close to that. It'll be interesting. Life for the Koopaling should subscribe. Thanks, man. Welcome.
Oh, dude, nice.
Yeah.
This is definitely what the R&D team of Nintendo is. They just sit down there just like, okay, what are we gonna do with Labo? We're gonna push boxes in Zelda. That's what that's all they do all day. They just come up with this. I want to be on Nintendo's R&D team. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, they just push boxes. Actually, for Breath of the Wild development, for like when they were like doing sound design, they just focused on making organic noises, right? Like they would just bang the floor with different objects to sort of simulate the different noises Link might make when he's walking across Hyrule, right? So, you know, basically, if you work for Nintendo's R&D team, you act like a monkey with toys in a playground. Like you just go ham, and then they just sort of like watch you and like, oh, this is gonna be great, you know.
I just want to see the vault, the Nintendo R&D vault.
It's probably just a room with, I don't know.
I want to see what ideas they've come up with that they never actually decided.
What if it really is a room filled with monkeys and a whole bunch of toys? And they just have like one of those walls where it's like a mirror, right? But on the other side, there's just like people just taking notes, watching on the other side,
right?
And they all wearing white coats because they're scientists,
right?
That's exactly what's happening.
I could believe it. At least one room is like that for sure.
Maybe, but anyways, yeah. So for Yoshi Crafted World, I think we just need to see a trailer for this game to really start to break it down and see what sort of Labo functionality they're going to incorporate into the game. Like I said earlier, the Labo functionality in Mario Kart is terrible last time I played it and tried it out. So, you know, I'm not exactly excited about the prospect of there being Labo functionality in Yoshi Crafted World. So, you know,
it might be better though because, you know, Yoshi could be you know, because it's still in development, so they could tailor it better
around it. Yeah, exactly.
I think the problem with Mario Kart is just the control differences between Mario Kart and the Labo games are so different. Like the Labo was built for those games, so a lot of the controls, like there's like the
motorcycle game in Labo is pretty cool, but it's a highly simplified kind of game, right? In Mario Kart, it's just a completely different engine. It doesn't really work quite the same. Even though when I was playing the motorbike thing, it was a little different. It felt like Mario Kart, but it was also a simplified version of Mario Kart on bikes. When you put it into actual Mario Kart, it kind of sucked.
Yeah, it's just the control scheme is not made for it. So, like, I think if they had tailored it to work for Mario Kart, I think different things would have been in better spots, and different mechanics would have worked right. So maybe they'll get it right for this because Yoshi's still in development.
Yeah,
so they can tailor.
Actually, Victory19 just donated $3. Thank you very much, man.
Nice.
I will do my best to keep up the good work. So thanks, I appreciate it, man. But yeah, so hopefully you see Yoshi Crafted World this week, maybe Thursday. I don't think that's gonna be leaked anymore until we see it. So hopefully it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat before we move on. Labo is now compatible with Fortnite. I'm assuming you're joking, and if it is, I don't care.
That would be weird.
Ryan Willis just said he has an unpopular opinion. He doesn't care about Animal Crossing. I'm not saying I don't care about Animal Crossing, me personally, But the only Animal Crossing game I've actually played is Animal Crossing Wild World, and that was on the Nintendo DS.
You gotta play New Leaf.
Yeah,
so good.
As you've been telling me, but I don't want to fire up my 3DS. That thing's dead. Should have been dead
true.
2 years ago. So maybe I'll try it out on Citra. Actually, I'm thinking about playing a whole bunch of playing all my 3DS games, but through Citra. Right, like I've been messing around with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I might start streaming them so in HD. Right, and they look way better, so I might do that. But Animal Crossing on the GameCube was really exciting to me because that was the one that had a whole bunch of retro games in the game. Like you could play Super Mario Brothers and a lot of like Legend of Zelda. I don't know if I'm not sure if Super Metroid was in there, but there was a lot of like actual classic Nintendo games in there, right? And then Nintendo came out with Virtual Console, and they realized, oh wait, why should we put all these games on this one game and make it really cool, but instead sell all these games individually for $5 to $15 and just have Animal Crossing be separate, and a lot of people still buy it anyways. And that's what they do, right? And Animal Crossing is a great game, but on the GameCube, that was just a really cool idea, and you know, I kind of wish they kept it, but I understand it's just kind of business, right? But you know, hopefully Animal Crossing Switch is announced really soon, and maybe then I'll give it a try.
Need it. I need it in my life.
For me, the problem is, well, I really did like Wild World, for the record. I had a great time with Wild World back on the Nintendo DS. It was like, what, back in 2005? But the problem for me is that it's like a life simulation game in a very cool, cartoony kind of way, but you're living like life, right? So for me, I have like an existential crisis when I'm playing this game. It's like, oh, I'm living a life in another game. But what about the life that I'm living now? What am I doing now? So I have like this huge existential crisis whenever I play games like The Sims or Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing, because it's a game about living a life. So, you know, that's just like a personal little thing for me. But yeah, there are other Nintendo games that I hold higher up on the, you know, level of importance, like Metroid, Mario, Zelda, Mario Kart, F-Zero, I just almost crossing. But you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys understand my... I'm not saying you have to agree with me, but I'm sure you guys get it. So, yeah.
Sabbath, keep that unholy evil out of this chat. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival 2
no, actually, I take it back. Amiibo Festival is my favorite Animal Crossing game. I'm just kidding. No, I hated that. I hated the idea of it like everyone else. I just thought it was stupid. So, you know. I don't want to... Let's not talk about it. Just move on. So, did you get a chance to play Mega Man 11, Brandon?
I did, in fact, get a chance to play that game.
I did as well. But truth be told, I am not someone who's played a lot of Mega Man games, so I sort of had to figure out the controls. It took me a little bit, but I thought it was really interesting. I enjoyed playing around with the powers and, you know, platforming in a slightly different way and running around and shooting. I thought it was really cool. It's definitely a skill-based oriented game, and I like games like along those lines. And I realized though that my powers were limited. Like there's actually like a degree of resource management in the game which I wasn't unaware of. So when I wasted them all, I was like, oh crap, what do I do now, right? You can still get through the game without it, but you know, so I played around for what? Oh man, my English is just gone. But yeah, I played around with the game for a bit, and I had a good time.
Right. Yeah, I this is the first time I ever played Mega Man. Was in this demo. Never played it before. I don't know how that happened, but I didn't ever play Mega Man before this, so I had no idea how to do anything and died a bunch. But eventually I started getting better. And
you still died a bunch.
Still died a bunch, but I made it eventually. It took me a long time, and then I just switched to newcomer mode and had infinite lives, and I was like, this is the best thing ever. Why didn't I have this on first? But I was a fan of most of the level design except the instant death stuff. I thought the instant death stuff was crap. There's a lot of weird spots where you have to be pixel perfect to jump, except you're supposed to be going super fast. So I literally stand there. There's a hole. I'm trying to jump to it, you know, to get to the next part, but it's like super small. Like you can barely fit if you're at just the right pixel to jump through. And I'm literally just jump. Okay, I'm dead because I didn't make it through. I'm literally slowing down time, like inching, like, okay, move a little bit, jump, okay, nope, move, oh, jump, okay, move, jump. And you're supposed to be like speed running this part, like going as fast as you can, because this thing's gonna chop you to death if you don't. Like, It's literally impossible to pass that, and the only way you can do it is actually there's a way to skip the segment. You have to literally skip that segment in order to beat it, because if you get to that segment, you cannot win. Like, it's just you're just done, which is I thought was retarded.
Maybe you just need to get good.
No, it was literally impossible. Like, you have to go as fast as possible. Like, you have to literally be moving the entire time, otherwise you won't make it. And that part you can't jump through it unless you stand extremely still.
I only play the game for like 20 minutes.
Right. Yeah. You only can get to that part if you don't speed run through the first two as fast enough. Just if you're barely too slow, it will drop down. So you can actually just skip it entirely if you go fast. But oh, it's so annoying. And there's just some weird instant death parts that I'm just not a fan of.
What did you think of the art style?
Oh, I thought it was great. I thought it looked really good on the Switch.
Yeah, no, like, I love the aesthetic, right? Like, it's kind of like the classic Mega Man style, but it's obviously, you know, like, with 3D graphics, and it's very stylized, you know, I think it's kind of style that can age really well, right? Like, it's a game you could probably play 10... I'm just dying everywhere. But, you know, I think it's a game that you could play 10 years from now, and it'll still be like, oh, this is a good-looking, you know, kind of game. So,
right.
Yeah, it's simple, is what I'm saying, but it works. I really like what I've seen so far of it. Like I said, I didn't play too much of even the demo, right? And I'm not even that big of a Mega Man fan, but I really liked the gameplay. I thought it was very solid. And I think, you know, it seems like a solid game. So, you know, once the game comes out and we get, like, reviews for it, I might give it a shot. So...
I thought it was fun. I liked the double gear system. I think it worked very well. I think slow motion is definitely way more useful than powering up. But I mean, I still used. Actually, when I actually ended up beating it, I barely used the power gear at all. Like, if you just slow it down, you can just use more shots and dodge everything quickly, and it's essentially the same effect as the power. You just takes a little bit longer, but you're also in slow motion. So technically, in the space-time continuum, you're going the same speed. So the power band's kind of useless.
Shots off.
Yeah, you can just get more shots off and dodge everything. So the power band was the power gear was pretty useless.
Can't you combine them as well?
You can if you're very low in health.
What does that do?
You're just fast and very powerful. But as soon as it runs out, you're forced to overheat, and when it runs out, you can only shoot very slowly.
Interesting. So I guess I'm just curious, right? How, like, is there a situation in the game where the gear where you're really strong is useful, right? Because in slow-mo, you're also getting more shots off, right?
Right. Yeah.
So if you're getting more shots off, are you still able to deal the same amount? I don't know how the damage ratios work. So, you know, that might be a thing. You might need to get a lot of damage really quickly, and the best way to do it is to use the more powerful gear.
Right.
So maybe that's it. Like I said, I've only played this game a little bit.
At least in that stage, there was
it's
nothing
an interesting
that
point, though, because when I played the demo, I did feel like, yeah, the slow motion version was a better gear to use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least in the level I played, you know, the only level in the demo, they didn't. There was no need to use the power gear pretty much ever. In fact, I got hurt way more often when I used the power gear, and it didn't really do. It didn't feel like he was doing all that much more damage, to be honest. So.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see if they're gonna, you know, fix that up a little bit, or if I think that's a possibility, because the game is still in development, right? So they can work on it. Maybe people will keep on talking about that. Say, hey, look, these gears don't make sense. This one's way better. This is unbalanced. Maybe they'll balance things out a little bit more. So, or maybe it is balanced and you just didn't get a good understanding of the other one's usage.
It's possible.
It's possible, but I think you're probably right, though. I do think the slow motion version is just more useful right now. So they may need to balance out the game a little bit. So, yeah. Who's saying... Sabbath, I want a Smash demo as well, but we've talked about this before, but like I think if they release a Smash demo, there might actually be a data mine, right? Especially now the Switches are hacked, right? Like, so, you know, I don't know if we'll get one. I think the best bet is like those test fire things where we have access to the game for a limited amount of time. I think that's our best bet for a Smash demo. Like, I don't think we'll get one where we just play it all the time. I remember the Smash demo on the 3DS, though, and that was really cool.
I actually played that, and I was like, well, I'm just going to play this for a little bit until the Wii U one comes out and not buy the 3DS one.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
And I regret it. Because the 3DS version is a better version.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It is. As an individual game, when you have no friends, it is. Because Smash runs.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, but then you have to play on the 3DS, and that instantly makes it worse.
Yeah, that is also true. Oh well, Smash 5 is gonna be better than.
It also had better stages, but I guess Smash
That's
Ultimate.
also true. It had Corneria.
Oh, it had freaking I cannot remember the name. The one from Ocarina of Time. The one that Gerudo Desert. It had the Gerudo Desert stage, which
yeah,
was
it's a really
awesome.
cool. I'm really excited to try that stage out. That's the
It
thing.
looks so good in Smash Ultimate. It looks like so freaking
Yeah,
good.
for me, like a lot of the 3DS stages are gonna feel like completely new stages because they're all being remade to actually, be in HD textures.
Yeah,
and,
which is why I'm
like,
glad I didn't
game.
play the 3DS, because I would have had to dealt with 240p and cramped hands, and then the stages would have been known to me. Now they're kind of that mystery.
Yeah, so now we're getting. So for me, it's like I'm getting the new stages that are gonna add for Smash Ultimate. The 3DS stages are gonna basically be like new stages for me, and they're completely remaking all the GameCube stages, right? So for me, there's like gonna be way more stages than I'm used to. So I'm pretty excited for that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I think the issue with a demo for Smash is that they can get easily data mined.
I do think they should have had more than freaking 10 Best Buys in the US that have this Smash demo. Like, unless you live right next to it, how are you ever going to be able to play it? Like, my closest one's 4 hours away.
If I was,
and everyone is going to be there. Everyone's going to be there. It's open for like 2 days. People are literally going to be camping out for days in order to get to this demo. There's no way in hell I'm going to go play this.
So I live currently in Jersey City, right? So like I can drive into Manhattan in about 15 minutes, right? And in Manhattan we have the Nintendo store. So whenever there's like a big event, I never go to the Nintendo store. Why? Because going into Manhattan alone is a pain in the arse, right? And then waiting at the Nintendo store is gonna be even worse because there are people who camp out for days for like everything over there. So for Best Buy, this Smash demo that's in New York, I'm just not gonna deal with that.
Yeah,
not gonna deal with that, right? If I was in Miami, which is my hometown, by the way, I would have considered going to the one in Hialeah. It would have been like an hour drive. I might have considered that, but even then, probably would have been a huge line. So I don't like lines. I just don't. Which is why I prefer to go to like Universal like during the winter or spring when like people are busy. Because there's no lines.
Yeah, lines suck, dude.
Either that or get like, if you go to Universal, you can buy like a fast pass. It's more expensive, but you can actually get to all the rides. It's way better.
True.
Yeah.
I think because I went to Six Flags. That's actually the only kind of like theme park I've been to, and we had like the season pass, and we got in there pretty quick.
Actually, that reminds me. I think this came up this week. There was new information that came out about the Nintendo Universal Park. They're actually going to be dividing it into 3 different parks.
Are they really?
I don't know if that's confirmed or was rumored, but GameXplain was covering it.
Okay.
GameXplain put up videos. I have to double check the source, but they're reporting on it because it's relatively
I heard
reliable.
that there was like a second site that they were going to expand
Apparently
into
they're making
something.
a whole new park, a third park to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, right? And apparently there's going to be a Nintendo park, a Nintendo section in Universal and Islands of Adventure, and they're working on this third park. So if you've been to Universal or Islands of Adventure, if you've seen the Harry Potter park, it's divided into two different parks, but the way Universal and Islands of Adventure are situated, they're right next to each other, and there are several entry points within each park that you can kind of, if you have the tickets, you can go through to the other park. And the Harry Potter sections are right next to each other, so they actually have like the train from the Harry Potter, like in the books, that you can use that train to travel from one side to the other, and it's like the parks are just one giant park. And that's really cool. So I hope they do something similar for Nintendo parks, where they have the 2 Nintendo parks on either side for Islands of Adventure and Universal, and they just connect to each other. And to that point, I hope this third park also is like in a situation where you can combine it again, but I feel like it probably isn't. It probably like
that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
and it makes a lot of sense for the Harry Potter one because in the actual like world of Harry Potter, the 2 locations are pretty far apart. So I wonder if they'll do that same thing for the Nintendo one. Will they make it kind of make sense in that way? I'm not sure. Maybe have like, because I mean I would assume like Bowser's Castle or Peach's Castle is pretty far away from any other location in the Zelda universe. So it kind of makes sense in that way. They're not gonna have like Mario and then you like train your train. There's just more Mario.
Yeah.
Like that'd be lame.
So Fortnite's Cancer is asking a question. I think the answer for me is no, but it is no. But have you all seen the PewDiePie's latest video in which he mentioned Xenoblade 2? Don't worry about the repeated question, man. That's fine. But I haven't, so I can't really address it. If he's talking about Xenoblade 2, good. He has great taste, because Xenoblade 2 is great.
Right, that game is amazing.
Yeah. I take Brandon, I take it you also haven't seen PewDiePie's video about Xenoblade.
Nope.
No.
Watch PewDiePie.
But, you know, it's interesting, though, because I do know that PewDiePie does not stream Nintendo games, right? And I think it's, like, his active stance because, basically, they monetize the streams. So, you know, so he doesn't...
Which makes no sense to me, because all the big YouTubers, like way more money than they ever need. So if they actually wanted to play, they could just stream it anyways, and it wouldn't matter.
Well, I'm not saying he's trying to take a justice role here, but if he is, there is the whole element of, even if it's not about him making money, it could also be about, if he's playing a game, guess what? That game's getting a whole bunch of attention. You give that game attention, you're helping them out. So, you know, maybe it's kind of his way of saying, hey, look, Nintendo, until you change your policies, I'm not going to stream your games, right?
Right.
Because the thing is, the whole idea behind streaming is that it's advertising these games to other people. It's free advertisement. So a lot of people have a problem when Nintendo monetizes these streams because guess what? They're taking money and discouraging people from advertising their games for them, right? So, you know, I see the argument there. You know, I like playing Nintendo games, so I'll do it regardless. And on top of that, you know, for streams, if all I did was stream games, then maybe I would care more. I'd focus more on, like, making videos and stuff. And on top of that, they can't, like, the podcast is not something that they can claim, right? But if I was playing, like, Zelda, then they would be able to claim that. I would never be able to make money off of, like, a Zelda stream. So,
right, yeah.
There are other ways to make money on YouTube, though, and Twitch. So, but, yeah. I don't know what he said, but I'll have to check it out. Oh yeah, Nintendo's content. Don't get me started on the content creation.
It sucks so much.
It is so much trash. It is the worst thing in existence. And
I used to be in it, and then I was like, "There's no point. I'm literally making like a cent a month."
I get a penny a month from Nintendo. It's so good. No, yeah, it's just dumb.
So true.
It's dumb, especially because at first, when I was not as good at editing or didn't understand things as much, right? If I put like game footage in my videos, right? Not streams, in like just normal videos, if I put it in, they would get claimed by Nintendo. So I would never be able to make money from it. But if I put those videos into Nintendo's like program so I can get a portion, they wouldn't understand what I did. So they would just give me nothing, and they would still take all the money.
Yep, exactly. So, they'd be like, "What? This doesn't apply."
Yeah, this is not a normal stream. This doesn't make any sense.
This is not, even though we totally claimed it just earlier, and we totally know this.
Right. So they say they don't recognize it, but they still keep it claimed. So it's just a dumb program. For the record, I edit my videos in a way where Nintendo doesn't claim like anything I do. So yeah, it's all falls under fair use, and it's all fine. But you know, I'm just saying, if I just put on like game footage and I let it get claimed, even though it wasn't actually a stream, Nintendo wouldn't even understand it on their creation program, and I would get nothing from it. So yeah, it's weird. But let's move on a little bit. Let's talk about the trash. I mean, the game that is Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. So that was announced, and I hate it. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. I don't think it should exist. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's great? Oh, you don't? Okay, we're done with this. We're done with this topic now. Moving on to the cloud save debacle. Okay, we can talk about the Pocket Edition for a little bit. I just, like, I'm not happy about it. I think this is dumb. I hope it doesn't sell. It probably will, but whatever. What do you think?
Honestly, I don't think it will sell. Who would buy this? What's the point? Who would buy this? Who looks at this game and is like, oh yeah, this is something I want to purchase.
It's going to be funny when I'm on the PlayStation Store, I'm looking at Final Fantasy 15, and then I'm looking at Pocket Edition. I'm like, oh, which one am I going to get? You know, it's just kind of, I would never, it's just, they're going to be right next to each other in the PlayStation Store, right?
And the Xbox Store too.
Yeah.
So it's like, why did this not only come on the Switch? First off, it doesn't need to come to the Switch because it's garbage. And second off, why did it come to the other systems as well?
But it's also
just because they can.
Pocket Edition.
Yeah.
Those systems cannot. If you can fit a PS4 and an Xbox One into your pocket,
that's some mad pockets, bro.
Yeah, or you're just very talented. Too talented.
too talented for this
And I watched the trailer a couple times, and I tried to like get excited about it. It's just, like
I didn't even try. I was just like, no.
I tried to be empathetic or like try to understand what they're going for. I was just like, no,
it's impossible.
This is
There's
stupid.
no reasoning.
Like
There's nothing.
It looks like a game they could run on a PS2.
Oh, it looks so bad. Like the textures are so crap. Like they didn't even like it says HD.
Like, look,
it looks just like the phone one.
Here's the thing: if they were to put this on the 3DS, then I'd be like, hey, it wouldn't be HD though.
I'd be like, that's pretty dope.
I wouldn't think it's dope, but I'd be like, okay, that actually at least makes sense, right? Putting it on.
Decent.
I understand that Final Fantasy 15 and the way it is now is really hard to get it running on the Nintendo Switch because the engine they made is trash and it's very poorly. It runs poorly on everything.
Oh, it runs so bad on literally everything, and
even
like,
the system it's designed for.
Yeah, it's so bad.
You know, I understand that. So here's the thing: like the Pocket Edition, like it's the same game in terms of story, right? But it's in a cheap style, and like it's like.
It's not epic at all. Like when I watched that trailer, I was like, "This is the most like
it's lazy,
lame thing I've ever seen." Like the game, you watched the trailer for Final Fantasy 15, you're like, "Whoa, friend, some crazy shit just went down." You watch this, you're just like, "What is this? This is not entertaining."
I guess the thing is that they recreated the game in a way where it could run on different platforms and they can make money off of it. But I feel like they didn't. It's like a cheap, easy way to recreate the game. Yeah. Like they just made it into super simplified, like
it's like watching the low budget version.
No lighting effects, no textures. Like it's just so like they didn't even try. Like I'm not gonna say they didn't even try at all because well, God forbid someone who worked really hard on this game worked their ass off for months to get the Pocket Edition working, right? And they're like, oh,
I feel bad for them.
Yeah, but like as a whole. It's very clear that this was a relatively easy thing to create and just make money off.
Yeah, I think I have the Pocket Edition, the free demo on my phone. I literally haven't opened it. Yeah, okay, it's right there. Oh, look at that. Oh, nope. It's right there. I literally have not opened it. I have no idea what it's like. I haven't played it. I haven't felt the need to open it at all. Not one time. I downloaded it and I was like, maybe I'll try this one day. And it's been months and I have not touched it. It's just sat there. Doing nothing.
Yeah. So I think we all think it's dumb, but I think investors are a little happy about it because it's Pocket Edition, right? Anything related to mobile technology is just, oh, well, give us more. We want the money, right? Yeah. But I don't know how well it's gonna sell. I hope it doesn't. Yeah. Well,
it says HD on it, but literally it looks. I mean, it's HD on the phones too. It's HD on your phone. Yeah. It's the same crappy textures from. Literally, what did they change? I don't know. I got to see a side-by-side comparison.
That's the thing. It feels like just like a marketing ploy to me. They're just taking advantage of the market and trying to make money off of it. But here's the thing: Final Fantasy 15 is very costly for Square to make, and they're doing their best to make as much money as they can off of it, right? So you know, it's kind of like they did the Pocket Edition is like. What they did to make up for the I don't want to say like the problems they've had with Final Fantasy 15, the actual
the ridiculous amount of development time that went into that game.
You know, I would prefer it if they were to go like the Capcom route for the Switch and come out with actual Final Fantasy 15 on Switch, but just have it be a cloud version. I'd be okay with that, right? But then again,
depending on how it ran,
really fast internet, so you know.
True.
By the way, do we know if there's ever going to be a English cloud version for Resident Evil 7?
We haven't heard anything about it, I don't think.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, because the servers are in Japan, it runs like crap anywhere else. Like, even if you have I have really good internet now. Like, it's like 10 times faster than it used to be. So maybe I should try it out again. Maybe it'll work better. But yeah, let's move on from this depressing topic. And talk about an even more depressing topic. The cloud save debacle. So another kind of thing that's kind of come out from, you know, the closet or what have you is that these cloud saves, that games that are being they're going to have cloud saves and games that are not going to be cloud saved. And from what I remember off the top of my head, Dark Souls, Pokemon Let's Go, and Splatoon 2 will not support cloud saves. And the reasoning that came out from Nintendo is because the cloud saves could be taken advantage of and people may use it to get different, like, more advanced accounts into their name, and that would offer an unfair competitive advantage. So basically, these games that have like competitive online play where you grow and stuff, they just don't allow cloud saving for those, because it would create an unfair world, because people are just taking advantage of the Switch every way they can in terms of hacking and modding and all that good stuff apparently. So yeah, I think I don't like being really negative all the time. Well, I am kind of like a morose, sarcastic person in real life. But, you know, like, I also, when it comes to Nintendo, I tend to be really positive. But at the same time, like, I also don't want to be an apologist. And it's just one of those situations where I don't really think it's good. I think it's bad. Like, it's just not good. Will they fix it?
It's so lazy.
They might update these games in the future, but something tells me that if it happens, it's just not going to happen anytime soon. It's really annoying. And it just kind of shows that there's just a lot of things that Nintendo still isn't really, like, up to speed with. Like, with the Switch, it seemed like they really fixed a lot of things, and I think they have. But when it comes to, like, this online structure, there's still a lot they need to work on. And I don't even know. I don't know. It's really bad. Like, what do you think, Brandon? Like, do you think this is something they could fix, or it's just
lazy? Because literally all the other people do it and it works. Everyone else does it and it works. It's not like this is a new thing that nobody's figured out how to do. Like, this is something everyone else already does, and they do it well, and it works for them. Like, Nintendo, get with it. Just ask them how it works, and then do that. You have great relationships with a lot of third parties now. Microsoft owns one of the biggest cloud-based, services in the world. Ask them how to do it. You're buddy with them now.
What's worse is that, like, the Wii U had better solutions. Like, why can't you just at least allow us to keep backup files for our games on an SD card?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Like,
I don't know.
Just like, if you're gonna create these situations, and on top of it, they're charging people for this service, right? And I remember when they announced this, like, a month or so ago, or at this point longer, like, there were a lot of people saying that the only reason I even really feel like getting this cloud service and this online service is for the cloud save backup, which is also bad, because I feel like you shouldn't have to pay money to be able to keep a safe file for your game. So it's just, I don't like it, right? I'm gonna get Nintendo's online service because it's really cheap, right? And
I needed to play online, which I'm gonna do a lot. I do it all the time. I just did it today for like 2 hours. So
yeah, not all games will need the online service to play, though, right?
No.
Actually, another thing I heard, though, is that it doesn't. The servers aren't even going to get better. That it's all just going to be peer to peer, like it has been.
I haven't heard any official talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at an official source, so I'm not going to really speak to that either. But it's very clear, right? I think, you have to make the consumer happy. Like, it's a business, right? So it's one of the situations where Nintendo feels like they can get away with it, so they're going to do it. So, what's going to happen? I think people are going to pay for the online service anyway, and that's it. It's just that simple. I think that's pretty much it. It seems kind of bad because, like, Splatoon, right, like, needs online to be a game, and people have been playing Splatoon not for free, right? Because you paid for the game, right? But you haven't been paying for online since Splatoon 1. That game came out in 2014, right? Was it 2014?
Splatoon 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe.
Yeah, 2015 maybe. But one of those 2 years, 2014, 2015.
Anyway,
wait, no, 2014 was Mario Kart, I think. 2015 was Splatoon. I'm not completely sure on that. Or was it 2013 was Mario Kart?
I don't know.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah, it was 2015.
Right.
Anyways, so people have been playing Splatoon for 3 years, basically for free. Well, for free online, and now they're gonna be basically booted, right? And that's it. Like they're gonna have to pay for online now. For
Right.
No,
Unless you play still Splatoon 1.
You're not gonna get any additional benefit. That's the problem. You're not. They're gonna move from something they've been doing for a while, and now it's just gonna be like, hey, you have to pay money now to do the same thing you were doing before. You're not even getting a cloud save backup for it. So that's kind of bad. Like, I personally, I don't play games online too much, right? But like, I'm kind of excited to play the NES games, I guess. Well, not the NES games. I'm kind of hoping they're gonna add other stuff to that. But I'm really kind of interested in the discount program. That might be really useful. So that's really all I'm kind of excited about, and that's pretty much it. So I hope Nintendo makes this better, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah. I mean, they gotta, if they're not even gonna give you cloud saves for it, they gotta give you something, like maybe an exclusive piece of gear or something. Like, they need something to make it worth your while if they're not even gonna give you the cloud save backup. Otherwise, that's just trash. Improve the servers or something. Like, I do think that there's a chance that they'll improve the servers, honestly. So, I mean, their forecasted spending on the online service is a lot. So, I don't, like, unless cloud just costs that much for the cloud save backups, like, they gotta be doing something else. Because their spending was a lot. Like, it was a loss even after people paid for it for a while. Like, it was big. It was, I don't know what they're doing with all that money.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to continue talking about negative stuff. I think we all agree that this cloud save thing is kind of bad. Like it is, right? But like you said, Brandon, maybe some things will be better. Maybe when Nintendo finally has this direct, right, they'll shed some more light on the online details, and maybe we'll get some information that makes things seem not as bad. Maybe, but I don't want to like raise our hopes for nothing. I think, there's been a lot of negative publicity about this, and Nintendo hasn't really done much to correct it because it is what it is. So, but we'll see. Maybe things will improve, maybe not. Yeah, right. Well, that doesn't mean there aren't great games coming, right? There are great games coming. And actually a game that I may be picking up this year is Starlink. So, we got some more footage from it that I think probably would have been showcased during the Nintendo Direct, but, they just released the gameplay. And, we got to see some cutscenes with Star Fox and Falco and Slippy and Peppy in the beginning of the game. And, it kind of felt like, hey, this is kind of a Star Foxy kind of game, so maybe I'll check it out. It seems like a good game in its own right, and it's really interesting. And on top of that, Ubisoft came out and they made a statement saying that they see this game more as a crossover rather than the Star Fox characters just being, like guests in the game. So, right. I don't know if I feel like they changed the game entirely and rewrote it entirely to fit in the cloud characters. They did do something, like they do fly in during cutscenes, and they're like, "Oh, what are you guys? Oh, we're here chasing Wolf," and they're like, "Oh, yeah." Okay.
Apparently, there's like an entire like story to them, like that's exclusive to the Switch. Like there's special story missions for them, from what I've heard. So, I think that's what kind of differentiates them from the guest appearance to a crossover, because they have special missions you can only do in the Switch version with them.
So I feel like what may have happened is that they kind of, like, their role in the story doesn't necessarily change what goes on with the world. They're just kind of like support, right? So it's kind of just like filler story, I feel like is what it's going to be, where it's like extra details that happen at the same time around them, but don't really change the structure for the Starlink story, right? Which is how they were able to write it and probably have the game still come out for the other systems and not have the Star Fox stuff at all, right? So, but, it's something, and I think, if it's going to it may get me to try this game out, which does seem kind of fun. So, I'm going to check it out.
I mean, I think it looks really good. Like, it looks fun. Like, it's kind of like, I always forget the name, except when I'm not having to remember it. That game that's just got the big next update. I'm sure people in the comments will tell me what it is, but it reminds me of that game, with the like trillion planets, and you fly around space and you land on each planet and you find resources and stuff.
Big update.
Yeah, the one that just got the big next update. It reminds me of that, but on a small scale, like a scale to where it's a lot less generic. Like you can put a lot more meaningful like content into this world because it's a lot smaller, but it still has kind of the same like cool things about it where you can just go around exploring this like this solar system and you could just go from planet to planet as you feel, and it looks.
Oh no! Hold on, guys. The call just got disrupted. Give me a second. I will fix this. Give me a second. I think I can fix this. Just give me a second, guys. Oh, poor Brandon. I blame Google Hangouts, but you can blame me. Let's see. Huh. Wow. How do I fix this without... So weird. So this is what I'm going to do. The call was kind of disrupted, so I'm going to get Brandon on Discord. Okay? And I guess I'll just have to... You know, just... I don't know. Black out this screen. So I'm gonna get up on Discord, so you'll still be in the call, but you know the video is gonna be out, unfortunately. But I should still be able to get him on a call though. Let me see. Gotta find my friend Brandon. Hey, Brandon, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Yeah, this is not working. Give me a second, guys. Trying to get Brandon back on. It's not working. Just hold on. This is what I'm gonna try.
Hello?
Yo, are you back on?
What happened?
I don't know, actually. I don't know.
Just like glitched, like I've never seen it happen before. Like you just went like black and it didn't even say like you left the call. Like you were still in the call, but you were just gone.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix this. I think I'm fixing it. Am I still live?
Don't. Yeah, you are still live.
All right, so yeah, I think we're back on, guys. I think things are back on. Maybe.
I'm confused. What has happened?
I tried. It was so weird. Basically, it signed me out of Google. That's what happened. Okay, so it looks like we're back on. We're back on pace, guys. Sorry about that. Let me know if everything's working still. Should still be working.
Did the hangout?
It was It's basically it signed me out of Google because I wanted to comment on the chat. That's what happened.
Oh, okay. Now I'm back in. Let me end the call.
Whoa. You were on. You were on before.
No, I was in Discord.
Okay. That's.
I had to join this back up.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what.
All right. Yeah. I think we're good now. I think we're good. I think we're actually good now. So, guys in the chat, sorry about that. But it looks like we're working now. Thank you very much, Sabbath, for letting us know. So, cool. Thank you. Fortnite is canceled. Fortnite is canceled.
I don't know what happened, but I guess I'll continue my
we were talking about Starlink. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I was talking about it. Yeah. So, yeah, it looks cool. I think there's a cool thing about, like, the AI where, you know, like, even when you leave the planet, they continue to, like, build up and, like, they're still, like, active on the planets and they're building, like, bases and getting stronger and stuff. So if you leave and decide to go do a different mission, you might come back and that mission could be completely different. Like there could be more enemies, or the enemies could have built like a base or gotten stronger or stuff. So I thought that was really interesting. I'm curious to see exactly how that works. I could see that being totally lame, but I could also see that being super cool. So it depends on the implementation, but I thought the game looked cool. I'm kind of annoyed that you have to buy the figures and scan them in order to use them because it's just extra money. But it's whatever.
I care. I don't care about the figures at all. So
yeah, that's why I'm just like, you have to, if you want to get that other ship, you gotta go buy it. It's just like, okay, I don't want to do that. I just want to play the game. So I mean, the base game is $70, so it's $10 extra. But it looks like there's a lot of content, and apparently you only need the one ship in order to beat. You can beat the whole game with the first ship, but if you want the other ones, you could buy it.
I'll tell you this: I do like the Star Fox toy. Like,
oh yeah, I think that's worth the extra $10 just because you can display that thing.
Yeah, the actual really cool. R-wing looks really cool.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just like, if I want more, then I have to buy it, which is kind of like, eh. But I mean, you don't have to get more. According to them, you can just play the whole game with the first set. So it's like, whatever. It's just like buying a game with the Amiibo bundle, which I like to do anyway. So it's kind of like the same concept as that. So
yeah. So
I don't get an Amiibo. Just
I'm not saying I'm super sold on the game, but I'm definitely considering it. So
I think I'll get it when it goes on sale.
Either I get a review copy for myself to review it for you guys, or we see review and basically some sort of review. Either I get a review copy or I see a review, and that's how I'm going to decide if I'm going to get this game, because I need to learn a little bit more about it, see how it holds up throughout the entire game, see if that Star Fox story is actually kind of worth it, So
there's a lot of unknowns still.
Yeah, if it was like, there are some games where I kind of know, all right, this is going to turn out well, I'm going to give it a shot. This is not one of those games, right? I think a lot of times when it comes to like Nintendo, like there are certain publishers that I'll trust with a game, right? Like Bethesda or Nintendo, right? But I won't when it's like third-party stuff. It kind of depends, because I don't. There's certain like quality levels that you come to expect from different developers, so sometimes it's a little hit or miss. Right, even with Nintendo, sometimes it's hit or miss. Like, but it depends on the franchise. Like, if it's like a Mario sports title, I'm still on the fence about that. Yeah, right, but like if it's like a Nintendo game like Zelda or Mario that's being made by EAD, I'm pretty confident it's going to turn out the way I want it to be.
It's going to be at least. I'm going to want to buy it no matter what.
Like even Super Mario 3D World is like my least. It's my least favorite 3D Mario game, and I still 100%ed it. So
I like it better than Sunshine.
There's nothing wrong with you. Not really. I'm just kidding. But yeah. So I'll give Starlink a try if it reviews well.
I'm just waiting for all the comments roasting my opinions.
I'm sure there's some people that actually agree with you that like 3D World more. I'm not one of them. Sunshine is incredible. You're wrong.
There they are.
Heretic. That's right. You got it right. He is a heretic. Wait. What am I seeing at 3 p.m.?
The date has been revealed. What, for real?
Oh, they're trying to check the
I'm checking Twitter. I don't see anything on Twitter.
Time for that hot take.
I don't see anything on Twitter. Hold on, maybe it has to load. Maybe it just hates me. Hold on.
I haven't gotten an update from Twitter in 34 minutes.
Nope, I haven't gotten one in 8 minutes. It's not about the direct. Nope, I think that's just the rumor.
Is it a rumor?
I'm assuming
my Twitter feed hasn't updated in 35 minutes, so I don't know if it's happened in the last 35 minutes.
My Twitter feed just updated now, and it's nothing. There's nothing there. I guess I can. Sometimes it doesn't update right though. Maybe if I go to Nintendo's page, we can confirm it right now, boys. Nintendo America. I'm on their page. Let's see. Nope. The last thing they posted was 8 hours ago, so I'm gonna say nope.
Not yet, but maybe there's someone.
You probably saw on a fake site. There are lots of fake Nintendo Twitters.
That is also true. Yeah, but I mean, do I allow links in the chat? If you post a link, maybe we can check it out.
Post a link in Discord?
Oh, you can post a link on the Discord for sure. Yeah, then we can check it out.
You're not in it. It's in the Discord's in the description, I think, right?
Yeah, click the link to enter the Discord, then post a link there. Although, if you can try posting a link on the chat, I don't know if it'll be blocked. I'm not sure. But it's alright. No, but I do think a Direct will be announced sooner or later, so we'll see what happens. Actually, it would be really late to announce a Direct now if you think about it. It's already,
that would be...
It's already past 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
Probably a little late. Ridiculous. A little late. So, but yeah, let's move on to talking about these Switch bundles and then our revised predictions, right? So, actually, I don't even know how long we've been streaming for, but I guess we're aiming for around 11 o'clock. So, Yeah, so what do you think we're getting this Smash bundle? Like, I think I'm gonna try and pull up an image of this supposed Smash bundle that was leaked.
Right.
Do you know? I don't know if you've seen that.
I have not actually, so I guess if you send it to me, or I can try to see it in the stream. Was there a leaked image for the Pokemon one that we can like see? Like, oh, yep, that's the same thing. Confirm the link.
I saw a video. I hope the video has links to sources.
What?
So Player Essence's video was like the first thing on Google search. Oh, he has sources for some things. Okay, so Nintendo everything. Alright, I think what I can do is just like, yeah, I'll put up an image right now. Let's see. This is the supposed image for it. I'm still like 10 seconds away from posting the image in case you guys are like, hey, where's the image? Maybe more like 20, because I'm very slow.
Gotta be fast like it is Sonic.
No. Now, I am now going to add the image source. Maybe. I don't even know where I put it. Damn it. It's gotta be under downloads. I don't even remember where I saved it under. Oh, I'm bad. Ah, this is it. There we go. I found it. This is it. There we go. That's the supposed image leak of it.
I'm still waiting for the stream to catch up here. There we go.
Yeah.
Alright, well, the second one definitely was right, so I would assume this one would be right too. That is too small to read, my friend.
Yeah, but apparently, like, the information, right, that's on both is very similar. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's the
really... bottom bundle is a little different from the real thing, isn't it? Because isn't it silhouetted in the final version? And then again, it could have changed in development, because I think those are silhouettes in the final version of the Pokemon Pikachu bundle. Right? And it's like, yeah, if I remember right. I could be wrong.
So, I mean, what would it come with? It looks like this would, assuming this is real, it comes with, it's just basically a Smash
Switch
dock
in the game
with Joy-Cons.
Yeah, in the game, so nothing huge. It could come. I don't see anything for like maybe a season pass for the DLC or something.
I realize I zoomed up the image, right? I'm just kind of like looking at it and like the side here, and like it.
You can't read that.
Very similar, like the layout is very similar.
Yeah.
So.
It's a little different though.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I wonder if anyone was able to interpret what it might come with. I feel like it might just come with a different kind of dock and Joy-Cons.
Yeah, it just looks like it comes with the themed dock and Joy-Cons in the game.
Unless I'm missing something.
It's just too low resolution to make out what anything else says.
Yeah. This is not confirmed information, guys, so... Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, well, I think even if this is not real, I think there's probably going to be a Smash bundle, right? So, you know.
Right.
It just seems pretty likely to me. But
that second picture below.
I'm not going to buy a new Switch, so, you know, for me it doesn't matter.
You can just buy skins. Like, honestly, you can just buy like $10, $15 skins. You just slap on your dock.
Let me show you guys mine.
His looks sick.
Oh, I'll show it to you. Yeah, this is something I just got at well, someone got it for me. My cousin got it for me at GameStop. So this is my my actual Switch.
That's the one I'm gonna get eventually.
Yeah, I didn't put all the decals in there because I didn't want to use all of them. Like I have it on the sides as well, but there's like a couple other little things I didn't add, and you know my back. Right. So there are skins out like this, and even I have a screen protector that has like these little gold signs. So it's pretty cool.
I don't have the kickstand on the back of my Switch anymore. Somebody lost it.
Oh my
Unfortunate.
god, what's wrong with you?
I didn't lose it. Somebody else did.
Still, what's wrong with you? Why didn't you have your Switch?
I shared. Sharing was caring, except when it's a $300 device that you
I
love.
shared my Switch as well, except my brother's
not
in
like
his
7.
mid-20s like me, instead of 10. But yeah. So there could be other skins like that can make your Switch look really cool, and you want to buy a whole system for. But for those who don't have a Switch yet, right? I guess the Smash or Pokemon Let's Go bundle would make a lot of sense. The other thing is that whenever they offer these games as download codes, though, that really annoys me. Because, one, if you're putting the game as a download code, you're not actually adding additional internal storage for the game. That means that's less internal storage on the Switch. So, if let's say Smash is like 13 gigabytes, right? So, if your Switch has 32 gigabytes of internal storage, which all Switches do, as far as I understand, then you're getting...
Which is really only like 29 after the OS.
Right, so you're basically losing like 40-ish to 45% of all of your internal storage from the get-go because of Smash Brothers. So that's kind of lame, right? And some people would prefer retail regardless, because what if they want to trade it in, or they just like it as a collector's item or something like that? So that's what I don't like about these bundles, that they're not actually bringing with the hard copy of the game. They're just putting in download codes, which is cheaper, but it's stupid because I don't like it.
Can I bring up something completely random that just came to my mind? I wonder why a lot of the features haven't been on the Nintendo Switch, like for the OS, because they want to keep the OS small so it doesn't take up as much space, so you can download more games. Because like this Xbox OS is like 50 gigabytes. It used to be like 100 gigabytes, and then they size it down to 50.
It's a good point. A lot of this has to do with the Switch limitations, right? Like with internal storage and stuff. That makes a lot of sense. It really does. It's stupid. They really should have just... I would like it if they were to release a Switch bundle, right? They came with a micro SD card. Like, imagine if, like, let's say next year they announced the 4K dock that we all keep dreaming about, right? So it comes with... I don't even imagine Switch games in 4K, but let's just say 1440p at 60 frames per second. Something like that, right? So it comes with this improved dock that gives you better looking Switch games, but it also comes with like a 256 gigabyte... Let's be modest. 128 gigabyte micro SD card. That would be like something like, oh, okay, this comes with a lot of additional storage and the dock. And the dock wouldn't just improve like graphics a little bit. It would come with an actual Ethernet port, right? That'd be great. Nice. So, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, this comes with an Ethernet port, right? It comes with a micro SD card. It improves the graphics of my games. Then it's kind of like, hey, this makes sense. This is kind of something I want, right?
Right.
That's something I want that makes sense to me and would improve the Switch experience. Like, these bundles, it comes with a Switch and a game, but I just don't like how it has that download code. It exacerbates the problem of the Switch, which is memory. So, yeah.
You could just buy a decal that for Smash and slap it on there. It's not hard.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? Fortnite can't say. I think a 2020 Switch revision makes a lot of sense too. So I think
I want it now.
So there's a revision coming sooner or later.
I want it now.
Call me Zelda one more time.
Hey, dude, how's it going?
I'm gonna call you Link. Yep.
Yo, Monolith. What's up?
What's up, my broham? How's it going? So let's move on to, I guess, the potentially most exciting part of this discussion, where we actually talk about our revised predictions, because we're gonna dream and speculate and hope for better things and all of the crap we've been talking about, like no cloud saves and Final Fantasy Evil Edition and Labo Yoshi. Right, so let's talk about what we may still see at the Direct. So the things that have been announced, I think, are relatively quick, right? Like, I'm not sure the Pokemon thing was meant for the Direct, because they already announced that they're going to announce something about Pokemon beforehand on Sunday, right? And Pokemon usually holds a lot of their information. They announce it on their own terms, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if the Pokemon stuff would have taken any if of the Direct, if at all. So I think that doesn't take away too much from it. The Mega Man 11 demo, I think that's kind of something they could have shown off in like 30 seconds, right? Yoshi Crafted World, well, we know the name, but we haven't seen the game yet, so that's definitely in the Direct.
They're gonna keep that for sure.
Yeah, Starlink, I think they're going to talk about Starlink for sure. That's a partnership Nintendo has with Ubisoft to kind of make this holiday season not seem as bad. I think we're probably going to get a trailer for Xenoblade Tornado of the Golden Country. That makes sense. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's happened that we should just not see at all.
Yeah, I think all the third-party announcements, they're just going to go sizzle reel that. So, but they probably were going to do that anyways.
Well, there is one thing that I noticed. So, Final Fantasy Pocket Edition, like that game, they announced a date for this Xbox One and PS4 versions, but they haven't announced it for the Switch yet. They've announced it for the Switch, they just haven't announced a release date for it. They just said later on we'll announce it. So, I wonder if they're saving that announcement for the Nintendo Direct. So
possibly
that may still be shown off in the Nintendo
Why
Direct.
though? Please keep that off my Nintendo Direct.
But the investors though, they want it. They want it. I think it makes sense.
Investors don't know what people want.
No, but they know what they want, and they want money. So, yeah, I think they'll talk about how cloud saves are terrible. No, they won't. They won't talk about. I don't think they'll.
I mean, they'll talk about it, but they won't talk about why it's terrible. I mean, they might mention it because they're probably going to talk about the online service for quite a.
They might say, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be able to cloud save most of your games or select titles," right? They might say something like that. They might even have a note at the bottom right text saying some titles excluded from this feature, right? They might do something like that, but they're not gonna be like, "Hey guys, guess what? We're screwing you out of your money. We're gonna take your money. You can only cloud save some of your games." They're not gonna say that, right? No. But there may be some indication of it some way in a very subtle sort of manner. But yeah, I think they're gonna cover the online service. I think that makes sense. I don't know if they're going to cover it in its entirety. Right? I was kind of thinking before that they would talk about the online service separately, but at this point I feel like they're waiting for the Direct to talk about the online service.
Yeah.
But again, what is there to say? I don't think it's going to be like a huge 5-minute feature. It might just be a couple to like, hey, this is when it's coming out. This is what's going to happen. This is what you can expect, like we said beforehand. Oh, maybe they'll announce like one additional thing that we didn't know about, and that'll be it.
I think they'll talk about what the discounts are going to be. They also have to announce the other half of the 20 NES games that we are getting with the service.
That's a good point. Yeah, we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, they might talk a bit about when the new, because they said they're going to continue adding NES games and stuff. Maybe they'll give us a timetable for that. I predicted in my predictions video that I made last week that they could mention that new systems could be added later down the road, like SNES or something. So they might mention that if that's going to happen. Like, SNES games also being added in 2019 or something like that. So I think there's a few small things that they could share that we don't know about.
Yeah. So do you have any exciting predictions?
Exciting predictions.
Anything that's not been leaked yet? What do you think we can see?
Oh boy!
Oh, this is gonna be a great Direct.
Exciting predictions. I don't know. My hype for the Direct has gone down so much.
Mine has gone down a little bit too. But at the same time, if you think about it, they haven't had anything too hype worthy yet, so they could still be saving that. They could still be a good show.
Pull something back here.
Like we do know we're gonna get at least one roster reveal for Smash Brothers.
Right.
Pretty much. So
who should that be?
I feel like we're gonna see 2. That's my personal opinion.
I think we're going to see 1 newcomer and 1 or 2 echoes.
Okay. So, like, for example, when they talk about the Tornado Golden Country, like, I think we'll get a reveal for a character in the beginning and maybe one at the end. Like, that's how I think it's going to work out. And I've said before that if we're going to get Rex and Pyra, right, I know there's quite a bit of debate going on about if we're going to get them now or for DLC. If we're going to get them, it's going to be announced at this Direct. If not, I think that they're pretty much DLC territory.
Oh, I don't want to believe, but I want to believe.
Yeah. So basically, once we get the Direct, if we don't see Rex and Pyra, I think they're pretty much for sure DLC. Even though I really want them now, and I think they have a shot.
Oh, I want them so bad.
If we don't see them announced around the same time as the Tornado Golden Country DLC, I think that's it. And on that note, though, right, if it's not Rex and Pyra, maybe there's another Xenoblade character like Elma. People have talked about maybe getting Elma instead, which I think is better as an assist trophy, but I know some people really like Elma, so, I wouldn't mind if she was
kind of come around on Elma a little bit. I just because she's Xenoblade representation.
And they could totally use her mech as a final Smash, right? So, like, it would work. I'm not going to continue to harp on why I don't. Sure, I'm going to still harp on it. Like, it's just kind of like, she wasn't the main character, although the main character was just, blank slate avatar. But like you could play through the entire game and not really get a good understanding of what her moveset was, right? Like you were never, you know what I mean? So like it's kind of like things like I just feel like she didn't have. There was nothing that happened in the story that was mandatory where you got a good look at what she can do in terms of powers and abilities. So for me, it's just kind of like, oh, like they definitely can use her and see what her moveset is, but I just wonder if like she's played a big enough role in an exciting kind of way to warrant her as a newcomer, right? And would she be interesting?
She's probably the biggest character in Xenoblade
X,
other than the character, which was the least exciting character because he was literally like nothing.
Right.
He was a nothing of a character.
My contention is just that maybe Xenoblade X shouldn't have any newcomers.
But we could get a Xenoblade Chronicles like stage, and then I would be hyped.
Oh, like Noctilum was amazing. I want a Noctilum stage. That
honestly, if they just did the grassy plains part, like that looks so much.
That. It's Galar Plains.
But it's very different aesthetic. It's very much more alien.
It would be cool if like if they do that, then
I would
want like the giant like dinosaur monsters to be a part of the stage, right? Like that giant like imagine being on the moving like neck of a dinosaur, right? While like a space dragon like flies above, right? So something like that would be really cool if they did implement like Elma and the Xenoblade X stage. That'd be great. And then, they could focus on Rex Empire for DLC. It could be a whole DLC package.
Or just make it a transforming stage where you go to all 5 locations. Sakurai doesn't feel like doing that anymore, apparently.
I'm kind of warming up to him not doing that anymore, actually. Like,
I'm not. I still think it's amazing.
It's just the thing with the panic stages is that, like, I don't want it to just be a platform with a couple small platforms that just has a moving background.
No, right? You could make it where you like warp, like the Fire Emblem stage where you warp to different locations. You could make it like that, and there's actual differences in the stage. Do it like that for like a bunch of stages. That would have been so cool for Zelda. Oh my gosh, I'm still salty. Maybe there's another Zelda stage somewhere. They never talked about it.
But so I kind of like I think we can get some if we're gonna get any Xenoblade characters. I think this is the direct we see it. Basically, that's what I'm sort of going for. But we might not get any. They might not see Xenoblade X as something that warrants a big thing. Maybe they'll just be like, "Hey, look, here's Elma in a mech as an assist trophy," and then we won't get any more DLC stuff until like DLC later on. Right?
They could announce her as an assist trophy and still give her a stage. Get a stage for it.
Yep,
so.
They could do.
Honestly, I just care about the stage. Like Elma's like whatever stage. That's what I need in my life. Exact stage because that game world was so good. That was like the best part of that whole game was the world itself was amazing. It was like beautifully crafted, like lots of exploration. Like, it was just a great game world. It was like saved that game.
Yeah. So I'm just seeing like Gigi asking me to explain how it should be better as an assist trophy. Well, I mean, you need assist trophies, so. It comes down to what Sakurai thinks. Like there are certain characters that are assist trophies that would be really, really cool as newcomers. So it's kind of like a blurred line situation. I just personally don't feel like she has as much allure as a newcomer. But I could be wrong. Like she could be. I know a lot of people love her. I think she's a really good character. She has a lot of responsibility within the context of Xenoblade, so it's not like she's not an important character. I totally get it. So, she could happen, and there is moveset potential, right? I'm just saying, because I didn't see it, her moveset wasn't, like, always shown off and featured, because she was kind of like a character that you could optionally play as, that I'm not 100% confident that she would make it as a newcomer. But, she could. Right, there was that that report that came out a long time ago that they were like modeling like a mech, right? That kind of I don't remember the exact report that Sakura was working on some sort of model for a mech, right? That people sort of assumed it was related to Xenoblade X, and that could hint that there could be something going on with Xenoblade X and Smash Bros.
I mean, that could just be her. But she does an assist trophy, though.
Yeah. I'll say that when I think about her as an assist trophy, though, that kind of goes against what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to have it be Elma, you want to see Elma, not just a mech. So then you have to see Elma jump into a mech. So as an assist trophy, that wouldn't make much sense. It would kind of make more sense as a final smash.
She could just appear and then jump into a mech and fight you.
Yeah. So
as an assist trophy, so.
Wait, say that again?
I don't see why they can't just make a short animation of her jumping into the mech and then she fights you.
They could. But, they could. Yeah. Also, I heard a lot of you guys bring it up in the Rex and Pyra video I made, but some guys were talking about having Malos as an echo character of Shulk, and I really like that because he has a dark Monado, right? So they can make him like a heavier Shulk.
Awesome.
That would be really cool. I would really like that. And his final smash could bring in his his evil darkness mech. That would be really cool to see him. Like that would. I would
infinitely
like that.
better than Almond Smash.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, and I appreciate G that you respect my opinion. I guess like, sometimes when you make videos about your opinions though, people are like, oh, you're stupid. Oh, you're an idiot. No, you're wrong. So you get used to like a lot of people be like, ah. So
right.
But
it is not allowed.
Yeah, but at the same time, I understand there's a lot of people who really like Elma. So, I'm not trying to shit on that. I'm just saying I think she's more likely as an assist. But if she's a character, I'm happy with that because it's a character from Xenoblade. I want a character in Xenoblade, right? But I would really want Rex and Pyra, right? And when I say Rex and Pyra, that can extend to having Mithra as well, or even Nia. But the reason I don't say Mithra and Nia is because I wonder if they would even be willing to make another Pokemon trainer-like character where you have a 3-in-1, right? That seems like a lot. But if it's DLC, then they have a lot more time, and then maybe if they were to introduce Rex and Pyra as DLC, it wouldn't just be Rex and Pyra, right? They'll probably just introduce the character as Rex, but you have 3 different blades. Mithra, Pyra. I personally would want Nia, right?
You could just switch between them, kind of like Shulk switches between his arts.
Yeah, or like how Pokemon Trainer switches from Pokemon, right? Like you just press a button and it changes, and you switch your weapons.
But you'd still be playing as Rex. It'd be a little bit different in that way.
I feel
you just have a few. I think it would just change a few of the special attacks, like just a few attacks would change. Mostly everything would be the same.
Because the thing is, I think the character wouldn't be in the background though, right? Like Pokemon Trainer. I think it would be
it'd be like right behind you.
Like I think it would be kind of more like Rosalina, right? Rosalina and Luma are tethered. So in Xenoblade, all the blade and driver are tethered. So they would be tethered together with some sort of blue or gold line, right? So and for some of the moves, the blade would come in and attack instead, because that's the way it works in Xenoblade, right? But maybe you can still switch, like Pokemon Trainer, and have a different blade, which changes the properties of some of your attacks, and also changes some of the specials you can use, because they're different. And then I guess if you see it like that, the blade wouldn't be its own character, right? It'd be kind of like half a character. So then maybe if Rex gets 3 different blades, it's more like designing 1.5 characters rather than 3 characters.
Yeah, and they wouldn't get their own, like, special... It wouldn't be like Pokemon Trainer where they get their own, like, they're not numbered as their own separate character like Pokemon Trainer is. Like, numbered as 3 different characters. So, it'd just be one number, so...
Mm-hmm. I also like the idea, and I've brought it up before, like Fortnite is Cancer is bringing up, that if they didn't go with the Mithra with Rex, right, they just did Rex and Pyra, then maybe they could introduce Adam and Mithra as an echo for Rex and Pyra.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and that'd be representative from the Golden Country, because you play as Adam and Mithra, right? That'd be really interesting. So, anyways, I guess we'll move on from the Xenoblade stuff, right? I think if we're going to see a Xenoblade character in the base roster, we're going to see it in next Direct. Because that's when they have to talk about the Golden Country, right? If you wait until after the Golden Country, why bring it up afterwards?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah, so, what else could we see from the Direct? I think there's going to be some sort of Mario announcement. Either that new Super Mario Brothers game that's...
Please, God.
Please be fake. Please be a fake.
Please.
We don't
Please. I don't want that. Keep that off of my
Switch. Please, Nintendo, just give us a Super Mario Odyssey DLC.
Or, I mean, like, literally any other Mario port from the Wii U. Super Mario 3D World would be way better.
You know, be even better?
Mario Maker.
You want to be even better?
What?
Super Mario Sunshine HD.
No.
You're wrong.
Well, I mean, it'd be better than New Super Mario Bros. For sure. But I hate New Super Mario Bros. It's, like, not even fun for me at all.
I played enough of New Super Mario Bros. U on the Wii U, so I don't really need any more of that game.
Yeah.
I don't need any more of it. But what if... So, sometimes rumors are, like, they're based in truth, but they're not true themselves. So what if Mario Maker is being put onto the Switch, and there's just... Well, there is already a New Super Mario Bros. U mode, right? There is. Yeah, they already have that art style, so... I don't know what point that was the point I was gonna make. That they could have that art style, but that was already in Mario Maker. I never played as that mode because that's my least favorite art style. Yeah. I prefer all the other 2D Mario art styles. I hate the new Super Mario Brothers look on the Wii U. Like, there were some stages that looked really good because they picked more of like a picturesque sort of painterly style in the background.
I love the one where it's like that super famous painting that like the swirls. What's that called? I forget. Somebody in the chat might know, but I love that world. Or I think it's just a couple stages, not like a whole world, right? But that was awesome. That was like the best, like graphically, like art style wise. That was easily the best stages.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking at. We're talking about Xenoblade spoilers, so I don't want to highlight anything. I technically didn't specify someone as a blade, but it is pretty easily insinuated, yeah. But you know, the other one that you're suggesting, Call Me Zelda One More Time, is also a spoiler. So, but it's been like so long since the game's come out, like, and now like. There are Smash characters that kind of already spoil like certain.
There are
things.
So many Smash character spoilers. Yeah. Lucina.
So if I did spoil anything for anyone, I'm sorry. But you know, we're talking about Xenoblade, so yeah.
Honestly, by that point in the game, you're just like, who else? Who else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, everyone is like that. It's just like, what's happening?
Another random thing they could do, right? Like, if going back to Rex and Pyra, is like, if they did a Final Smash, they could just throw in several of his party members, like they've done with Shulk.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be a simple thing they could do. Yeah. So where were we before we went back?
We were talking about how we don't want new Super Mario Brothers.
Yo, yeah, I don't want that.
Deluxe.
No, not at all.
Keep that garbage off.
I think it's happening though.
I think Super Mario 3D World would be a good fit though, especially with the multiplayer nature of the Switch. Like, it'd be good. Like, I wouldn't personally buy it because I've already played the game. I'm like, I'm good. I've 100%ed that game. But I think for people who haven't played it, it'd be a good fit. I'd much rather have Mario Maker though. That'd be much more interesting to me.
I think Mario Maker is better than both of those games.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's better than Super Mario Brothers. I like the concept.
Honestly, I think the rumor is true.
I kind of think it is too, but why Nintendo? I know the 2D games always sell for some stupid reason because people don't know. I think
they'll have to change the branding of it. Like they couldn't call it. They shouldn't call it New Super Mario Brothers U. Right?
Deluxe.
They should probably call it like.
Keep in mind, there's a deluxe at the end. It's New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe.
I think they should call it something else, like maybe you can still have the new in it, right? But maybe call it New Super Mario Brothers Collection or something.
Call it garbage game we're selling to you again, even though it's not good.
That's my idea, man, right there. He knows exactly. Yep. That's. I'm in agreement. That's what it should be. That makes the most sense.
764. All Wii U ports probably should be $40, to be honest. At least most of them, yeah. At least 50.
So, how are we feeling about Metroid Prime Trilogy HD? I'm now. I was like at 20-30% like a week ago. Now I'm like at 10.
Yeah, my confidence level is low, but my hope level is high. So.
My hope level is at 15%.
My hope level is at 1,000,000%. Because I need something to play.
Well, you're going to be disappointed.
Oh, I'm going to be disappointed for sure.
Yeah. I want Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, but I hope it happens, but it just doesn't seem like it. It just doesn't seem like it. Just doesn't.
It's just lame because Nintendo totally could have gotten that ready. So.
Yeah, they could have. Maybe they have. Maybe we're just being Debbie Downers. Maybe it actually is real and it's happening.
Maybe this stretch will actually be hype. I'm like 20% hyped. Like, I honestly think most of this stretch will be like, oh, okay. Torrent DLC, yeah, I knew about that. New Super Mario Bros. U, oh gosh.
And that's why when I saw all these like direct leaks, I'm just kind of like, oh, this is all stuff that I'm just kind of pretty meh on, right? Like the Mega Man 11 demo, okay, I'll try it out, right? Oh, the Pokemon Let's Go trailer, okay, more of the game that I've already seen before, okay.
I hope it turns out like last year's September Direct, where I was expecting nothing, and then we got some good stuff. Like like Doom and Wolfenstein and stuff. We got some really good stuff in that last September direct.
I still think there's a good chance we're gonna get a DLC announcement for Mario Odyssey or Mario
If we
Kart.
do, that would be hyped. That will save the direct for me. That one of those two or both would save the direct.
And we need also Splatoon might get a DLC announcement as well. I heard that apparently they want to introduce some sort of mode that's just as big as the Octo expansion, right? And that's what I heard. I don't remember what source. I just heard it. So.
I highly doubt that.
I have to double check the source, but I heard that somewhere. That's kind of interesting if true.
There is a new ranked mode that people data mined and found that they haven't announced yet. It's like about rockets and stuff.
So maybe that's what it is. And that'd be cool.
Like Octo expansion.
Basically, my point is that it's an online game, online centric. Maybe they need to announce something to really bring people in because of the new online service, right? So Mario Kart and Splatoon, I'm looking at those games because of the online service. And for Mario Odyssey, I just feel like they've been like they have these free online updates for a long time. They had all the sunshine information and the Isle Delfino thing in the map before the game came out, and then they took it out. Like something was going on with Isle Delfino with Super Mario Odyssey, right? And they just haven't said anything about it. So either A, they cut it from the game and it was meant for the game at some point, but they cut it and that's it, or it was cut and they decided to make it DLC, or maybe instead of doing a DLC, they're doing like a Mario Galaxy sort of thing where there was just so much additional content they came up with, they just made they're going to make a Mario Odyssey 2, and we'll see that like in a year or two.
Right. That'd be hype.
It'd be cool.
Maybe we don't want to see Mario Odyssey DLC then. Maybe that's science.
Maybe right. Yeah, exactly. Maybe we don't get paid DLC because they're just focusing on making a new game. Possible.
That would be dope. I definitely buy Mario Odyssey 2.
And I mean, if you think about it, right, how likely is it that at this point we're getting an announcement for Mario Kart, Splatoon, and Odyssey DLC in a single direct when we've already gotten DLC for a whole bunch of other games, and we're getting the release for the Torn Golden Country. We just got the Octo expansion a couple months ago, so it's not. I don't think it's likely we get DLC for all of them. Maybe one or two. So there's that. Yeah,
I just hope. Like I was streaming Mario Kart today, and like I only played it for 2 hours, and I was just like at the end of the 2 hours, I was just like, okay, I'm like it was like starting to get close to 2 hours. I was like, I'm getting bored of this game. I've only been playing it for like an hour and a half, and I'm already getting bored of this game.
Yeah, you know what? I might have to change my prediction and say that we're not getting it Mario Odyssey DLC. I don't know.
I don't think the Splatoon DLC will be anything huge though, so it's possible. It's obviously gonna be free, so
yeah.
Maybe they'll give 2 paid DLC things.
Yeah,
but I think they might want to focus on the online DLC. What other online games do they have? ARMS is already done.
No, ARMS is done. Yeah, I think it's Mario Kart or Splatoon, man.
Yes.
Or this is speculation. This is crazy mode. Put on your crazy hats, guys. What if Metro Prime Trilogy HD is happening? It is announced next direct, and they're taking out the Metro Prime 2's Echo multiplayer because instead of there being a random multiplayer mode for Metro Prime 2 Echoes, they're actually adding in a Metro Prime Trilogy multiplayer that's online enabled.
Yo, dude, that'd be dope.
And
that I literally just reached over and pulled out a crazy hat and started putting it on. You're just like, what the fuck?
See, all these ideas, all these crazy ideas that'll probably never happen.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be really cool though, right? Like they updated the multiplayer, made it like an online multiplayer mode on top of the Metro Prime trilogy. And if what if they added content for every game you beat on each difficulty, you get an additional like thing in the multiplayer mode as well, which would encourage people to play the actual trilogy, and for a whole bunch of people to realize, oh my god, this is like the best trilogy of all time, and then everyone's gonna buy Metro Prime 4 and it comes out next year.
Yes, it needs to happen. It makes sense. The sense is made. Nintendo,
right? But also they cloud saves, right? Right. So the sense doesn't always happen from Nintendo.
Nope.
No, it does not.
No sense. It's nonsense.
Yeah. So I guess one more Smash prediction before we call it a night.
Smash prediction, or
and I guess I'm assuming there's gonna be one more character reveal. Like we talked about the Xenoblade characters, but they may not even be shown off, right? So I guess we'll just finish off with Smash. Is there before we move on to Smash? Is there anything else that you think we could see from the direct?
I think there could be a big third party because we've got a lot of like little third parties, the games that nobody cares about, but we could get a bigger third party. There's been a lot of rumors that the blackout mode for Call of Duty is going to make it into.
Oh yeah, I've heard some people come out and say they still think it's happening too.
There's a lot of rumors about that, so I think there's gonna be like one or two more big third parties because these third parties they're announcing right now are nowhere near the caliber of the ones we got last year with Doom and Wolfenstein 2. Like these are like Civilization 6. That game's like 2 years old. It's a niche game. Final Fantasy garbage edition. Nobody wants that. Like they haven't been announcing anything that's big. It's been announcing like small stuff. Nothing huge.
Yeah, I'm looking through the chat right now. So Gigi, yeah, they confirmed they're making more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, but that was before the Labo functionality. That was before we got the Breath of the Wild, for sure. Before we got the Breath of the Wild link update.
Yeah.
So
they never said what it was.
Technically, that could be it, but I think almost everyone's in agreement that they meant more than just that, right?
They better if the game's
hopefully. Right, yeah. So, you know, I still if I'm holding to anything, I'm saying we're getting Mario Kart DLC at the Direct. Right? That's the one prediction I'm like, that's the one, right? That I'm not going to give up on.
Should happen.
So, yeah. And also Skull Kid, Sabbath, I still feel like Skull Kid is an October character to be revealed.
I could see him happening.
But at the same time, they could also pull a, we don't care about Halloween, let's just announce him now.
Yeah.
If he's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Sabbath says he heard rumors about Star Fox Adventure HD coming to Switch. That'd be an odd one.
It'd be really odd. Especially since
really
Rare developed it. I don't think Nintendo would do an HD remake for something that Rare made.
Yeah, that'd be weird. The licensing on that game's got to be insane.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen. I'd like the idea of it, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Be pretty cool. As long as they fix the bosses, the dungeons.
So I guess let's move on to our final Smash predictions. Do you think we're gonna get anything aside from character reveals or like items and echo? Do you think we're gonna get like modes? Like, do you think that's gonna be
modes? Nah, this is not.
What did they talk about the online?
Oh yeah, they could talk about the online. I was thinking like actual like Smash modes.
You know, it'd be really cool if they announced a Smash like test punch or something.
That would be
right. They could come out the day or the weekend of the online service, but you need the online service to play it. That would get people to buy. People would buy the online service just to play the Smash test.
Yeah, they would.
They would.
Hey, hell, people are gonna buy the online service when our Smash comes out anyways, because they don't want to play that online. It's just not. It's just gonna happen. It's just happening. Like as soon as that game launches, people are gonna buy it.
Yeah, actually, test Smash Haruhi. Is it? Should I say Haruhi or Haui? Not sure. But yeah, I think a test Smash that would be a good name. Just test Smash. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's a possibility. We could see an announcement for a test Smash.
Yeah. I think we could get... I think when the character they announce, I think they're going to get an accompanying stage. I think that just makes a lot of sense. We're going to get a character, probably going to get a stage for them. I would hope. Well, not all characters get stages, but I would hope.
There's another... Well, for example, King K. Rool didn't get a stage.
Yeah, he didn't get a stage.
No. And by extension, if Skull Kid were to be announced, he doesn't necessarily have to have a stage because guess what? He's just another Zelda character. The same with King K. Rool is just another Donkey Kong character, right? So there's already Zelda characters. They don't need to do one. But I would really like there to be like a Clock Town stage.
Right. Yeah, we need a Clock Town.
We talked about it last week. Like,
I think if they announce Elma, I think they would give her a stage because they have a Xenoblade stage, but that's the first one. It's not for the one she's in.
It'd be great to have another stage for Xenoblade. I don't even like Gar Plains that much. I don't like how it's split down the middle.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean,
I do like the fact that Metal Face drops in there.
Yes,
Metal
that's cool.
Face is pretty dope.
Yeah, yeah. But let me ask you a question though, because I don't. They made it during the last Smash Direct. They said there's 103 stages, right?
Right, which was audio lies because we've seen the Monster Hunter stage, and that's not counted.
Well, but that looked like something from a boss or adventure mode.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess the question I'm asking is, do you think when they said 102 stages that was just, this is it, no more stages, these are all the stages in the game?
No,
or
I don't think so.
I mean,
I think that's just
they did technically have 6 more slots the way it was presented, right? Of course, they could always change the layout later on. There could be more, there could be less.
I don't think there's any way they showed all the stages months before the game came out. Like, I think there's still more announcements to be made, more stages to be announced. Like, I don't think they're just like, yep, 103, that's it, guys. Like, what a weird number, 103. Like, don't you think it's so odd?
But isn't every stage number for Smash random? It's never a whole a complete thing. Wasn't,
I don't know.
I don't remember the stage numbers for the previous games, but it wasn't a huge. It wasn't just a clean number. I'm pretty sure. So it was just a random number, 67 stages. Oh wait, so I don't think. I had to double check. Actually, you know what? Does anyone know how many stages were in Smash for Wii U and 3DS?
I'm not sure.
Quick, if I don't get it from quick Google search, we're just gonna move on. How many?
I think you can get it from a quick
Smash stages. There are 41 versus stages in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Okay, that's not what I wanted, but it still answers my question. 29 star. 41 is a random number, man. Just a random number, right?
It tended to be random. They'd be crazy.
Yeah. So the 3DS. Okay, apparently the 3DS has 42 stages, and with 7 unlockable stages and 8 DLC stages. So again, it's random numbers, I think.
Right.
Pretty much.
I still don't think that they've shown off all the stages.
Okay. I don't necessarily disagree. I just want to, mention it.
Right.
So, oh, it's right. Yeah, the Direct does. Good point, GG. At the Direct, it says how many stages are in each one, and from what I remember, they weren't clean. Oh, there's 20 in this one, there's 40 in this one, there's 50 in this one. They're random numbers. So I don't think they're gonna clean it up. But if they were to fill up those 6 spots, they would then become 109 stages, which isn't a whole number either, right? So I think, well, they're all whole numbers. I understand what I said is mathematically wrong, but you know what I mean.
They're odd numbers. They're not even.
Right. Yeah. But I could see them filling those slots up, having at least 6 more stages, right? Or even putting in another row of stages. That's possible too. But I don't know. I feel like we won't get that many more new stages before the game comes out. I think they've shown off most. Well, they've definitely shown most of them for sure, right? But I think it's just a handful, if any, they're gonna show off. So if they do introduce Skull Kid, I hope that we do get a stage from Clocktown. But they might not. It could be a King K. Rool situation. So
King K. Rool should have gotten his own stage.
I think Gino should get a stage. Gino deserves a stage. Right, if it's a character from a franchise that hasn't been represented yet,
they need a stage.
Like Gino or Isaac from Golden Sun, then it's kind of hey, those characters, they should maybe get stages.
I think that's why the Castlevania characters got their own stage. So
right, they needed a stage. So, but another interesting thing though is that, like you said earlier, there was a Monster Hunter stage that was shown off that was probably just during an adventure or a boss fight mode. Yeah. So then, if we're gonna have a Monster Hunter area in a mode, or we're gonna get an actual Monster Hunter stage,
right? Why waste those assets?
Right? Why?
It would be weird.
Yeah, I would like to see a Monster Hunter stage. There's huge potential for a Monster Hunter stage because the Monster Hunter stage could have several different monsters. Mm-hmm. Several. Right. And it could be kind of like the Castlevania thing. So the difference is that in Castlevania, the monsters aren't as big. In Monster Hunter, they're huge. So,
yeah,
it'd be interesting.
Boss stages just aren't my thing. I'll probably use the battlefield mode for the Castlevania stage. That's what they're calling the no bosses. No.
I hear you. I did not like the Mega Man stage from Smash for Wii U. I thought that was
oh gosh, it was so bad.
Yeah,
I didn't like the one for the Metroid one either. With Ridley, I didn't like that one.
And I love Ridley. I didn't like that. No, it was kind of annoying. Definitely a little annoying.
He was too big.
He was. He kind of was. So, yeah, I don't think so. But let's just do some final character predictions and then call it a night. So, well, do you have it?
Oh, final character predictions. I
Shrek.
I don't Shrek for sure.
Yep.
Yes, Shrek for
Shrek
Smash.
is love. Shrek is life.
Yeah,
Have
for
you-
sure.
I'm gonna assume everyone's seen that meme, right? The Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
I think I've seen it.
It's actually like a series too. There's like 4 or 5 videos apparently
Oh, I
from the
haven't seen
original
those,
creator.
then.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. The only one you need to see is the first one.
What I think there's gonna be one new fighter and one Echo, possibly 2 Echoes, but I think I'm leaning kind of towards
So
one Echo.
going back to the Xenoblade thing, just saying like if they announce Rex and Pyra, if they do, but you know it's kind of like if they don't, they're not in, not yet. Malos they could announce as that Echo to complement to come in with Rex and Pyra.
That's just so much hype. It would be
Yeah,
insane.
It would
I
be.
can't believe it. I'll get disappointed. I'll die inside if I try
Yeah.
to believe that.
And another possibility is like if Elma is a Xenoblade newcomer, right? Then maybe her final smash would be some sort of mech, but they could also have a Xenoblade X assist as just like a mech from what was the name of the other girl? The other like there's 2 girls that are traveling with
Yeah, yep.
her. Trying to remember her
I
name.
don't
She had the
remember.
little Monado as like a hairpin.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know
Like-
exactly. what
Like
you're talking
maybe she could come in as an assist, like on a mech, right? Like that's a possibility as well.
about. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, if they were to go for even if they're even going to announce Xenoblade characters, like, they might not, right? So, but let's say another possibility is that if they announced Isaac, they could also have Felix as an Echo, as
Right.
well. That could do that. And I think, like for example, if there's going to be an Echo of Isaac, then they would bring in Felix. Another thing though, right, is that so we didn't even talk about this actually. We didn't talk about Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles HD. That was going to be in the game. Then we also got the crap edition. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, right? And then I heard some people talking about this. I don't know if this was confirmed, but supposedly there's going to be a Final Fantasy 7 uploaded onto the eShop after the Direct.
I haven't seen anything about that.
Okay, but let's just say all that's true. Well, we know the Crystal Chronicles is true, and Crap Edition is true.
It's a lot of Final Fantasy.
There's a lot of Final Fantasy. And what is Final Fantasy? Who publishes Final Fantasy?
Square Enix.
Okay, and who also made Super Mario RPG?
Square Enix.
And who is a character that everyone wants from Super Mario RPG?
Gino.
Gino. So what if all this Square Enix representation in the Direct is a hint that we're getting Gino in this Direct?
That'd be interesting.
It would be, right? I don't see an assist
RPG.
trophy coming from well, actually maybe we could get an assist trophy. No echoes though. I don't see an echo coming from Super Mario RPG.
Could there be an Echo of Cloud? Because there's a lot of Final
Yes.
Fantasy stuff.
There could be.
Who could Echo Cloud? I'm not sure. I don't play Final Fantasy.
Is it Sephiroth or something like that?
Sephiroth?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't play Final Fantasy.
I've heard him come up a lot as potential.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Final Fantasy being announced, so I would assume if Square was going to announce a character, it'd be like a Final Fantasy character.
Mala would be a good assist trophy. Yeah. From Super Mario RPG. So yeah, maybe Gino.
Oh, Chrono from Chrono Trigger.
Oh yes. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yes,
That'd be so
boy.
cool, and I would not see that coming at all either. Would not see it coming at
Until
all. Not at all. I would love
I
that.
would be hyped.
Would love that. It'd be cool if they were to have Chrono Trigger come out on the eShop too.
Oh yeah.
I want that. That's something I want. I want that more than Final Fantasy VII
boy.
on the eShop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Screw Final Fantasy 7. Who cares about it?
Well,
That's not true.
calm down here, buddy. Yeah. Those are some possibilities. I mean, I feel like, you know, the 4 characters that are on my list to be announced at this Direct possibly are a goal. Well, the franchises I should. Well, there's also Pokemon. Pokemon could be a thing, but I feel like Pokemon could.
There's just so many that could be announced. It's just like
But
I can't like.
I like it when things make sense.
My predictions.
So, like for example, I feel like Skull Kid makes sense in October, right? I feel like Gino makes sense now because all the Square Enix stuff, right? I feel like Isaac makes sense because Sakurai teased maybe Golden Sun a few weeks ago after the King K. Rool Direct. So,
Right.
like, I like when things make sense. So, like, if we were to get a Pokemon character, I feel like a Pokemon character should be revealed in November, right? Because that's when Pokemon Let's Go comes out. Like,
Right.
that's how I see it, right? And I also, like, for example, I think Banjo and Kazooie is going to be in the game. But I also feel like Banjo Kazooie would be, like, the biggest, most hype announcement for a character in Smash Brothers. And I think
Yeah, boy.
the time to show it would be right before the game comes out. So I feel like Banjo would be announced, like, during the Game Awards, the day before Smash comes out.
Oh my gosh, what if?
Yeah,
What
right?
if?
Yeah, so, like,
I'd actually
that's
want
just how I see it in my head, and that's just my whole explanation why, for me, I'm saying I don't think we're getting a Pokemon character tomorrow. I feel like it makes
Right,
sense in
yeah,
November.
yeah.
But at the same time, I understand that not everything has to make sense. As long as you announce a character that's cool, hey, that's
Right.
cool.
And I mean, they could still. I thought they'd talk about Pokemon. They just talked about it, actually. So never mind. I was going to say they could still talk about Pokemon in the Direct, but they literally just talked about it. So, nah.
Yeah, well, GG just brought up a good point. There was a leaker that guessed Pocket Edition, and you also said that Isaac and Incineroar would be in the Direct. That's true.
True,
So,
but literally everyone and their grandmother was guessing Pocket Edition, so
also
I don't
true.
think we get anything.
Also true. Yeah. Personally, I don't even want Incineroar as the Pokemon rep. I mean, if they announce it, I'm sure it'll be cool.
Yeah.
There's so many other Pokemon.
Yeah.
But, you
I
know,
want Decidueye, but he's already in Pokken, so I feel like he has less of a chance.
I was
'cause
watching a video
trying to get-
that was talking about, like, potential Echo characters that made sense. Not necessarily that will happen. And one that they talked about was Blaziken as an Echo of Captain Falcon.
I'm gonna have to. I think I know which one is Blaziken. Let me check.
You don't know who Blaziken is?
I think I do.
You hate you.
Oh, I did know. I
Hate
did
you.
know. I did. I was correct.
Pokemon hater.
No, I
You
knew.
hater
I was
Pokemon.
just making sure.
Where's PETA? Pokemon counts animals, right? I'm gonna sick him on you. No, yeah, Blaziken's
Oh,
also in Pokken. He's the fire
Yep.
chicken with the legs.
That's the only reason I knew that who they were, because they were in Pokken.
Yeah, that would be. He'd be. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
That
I
would
love
be
the
weird.
idea.
I just don't think there's really gonna be echoes for different series, like cross series echoes. I don't think they've seen any of those, right?
I don't think we have.
Yeah.
We have 6 echoes right now, right? We have Daisy, who's an echo of Peach. We have Chrom, echo of Roy. We have Dark Samus, echo of Samus.
Lucina is an echo of
Marth,
Marth.
right? We have Richter, is an echo of Simon. And there's one more, probably, I think. One more. There's one more. Is there one more?
There's too many characters. I can't remember.
Is there one more? I'm thinking about.
Oh.
We've had we had 3 different like directs that have announced characters, right? Or has it just been 2? It's just
To
been
the
2.
Smash page.
Just been 2.
Okay. The fighters section. Let's see here. Echoes. Dark Pit is an echo of Pit.
Dark Pit. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, then they're all based off they're all echoed from a character from their franchise. So
Yep.
yeah. So people keep on talking about Bandana Waddle Dee, and I've said that I don't particularly care for Bandana Waddle Dee, but I understand a lot of people do. So, and he was really high up in the polls.
Yep.
And he also would complete the group of 4 with King Dedede and Meta Knight and Kirby. So in that way it makes sense. What if we get Bandana Waddle Dee? And I brought him up while we were talking about echoes, because what if he was just an echo of Kirby, but they swapped out like the sucking and jumping for 2 different things from, say, I don't know, something else. Not Kirby.
I can see that. Don't they still have more Kirby Sorrelized DLC, like a 3rd wave that they still haven't shown
I
off?
stopped paying attention for that. I stopped paying attention like a long time ago.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
but I've only seen wave
once
2.
I knew the game was bad. It's not bad. Once I knew the game wasn't for me. After the demo. Once I played the demo, I was like, yep, this is not for me. So yeah. So I don't know. I know they've been releasing characters. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think they're still wave 3, so they could talk about that and announce Bandana Waddle Dee.
Yeah, maybe.
If wave 3 hasn't come out yet, which I don't think it has.
All right, so I'm gonna end the podcast because I just realized something. Remember how I told you right before we started that hey, I think it's gonna be a short night. We're 15 minutes past the 2-hour limit. So
That's what happens when you talk about directs and Smash.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, if there's anything else you want us to address, put in the chat right now, and let's Just spit out your Smash predictions right now.
We're gonna get
10, 9,
Gino
8,
and
7,
Rex and Pyra and Elma and Finroar and
no.
everybody's gonna be in Smash.
Well, you're gonna be wrong.
Oof.
I would love if that were true, but I know you're joking.
We're gonna get Master Chief.
You know what? There's something about that choice.
I really want him
is
for some reason.
Particularly wrong. Just no. Oh man.
They show off Halo Infinity, and then later they at the end. What if that happened? Microsoft was just showing off Halo Infinite, and then they at the end he was a Smash character. It's hilarious. It'd be amazing, actually.
Then I would know that I'm definitely in the wrong timeline.
No, that'd be an amazing timeline. You don't want that to happen?
I don't think so.
No, it's not gonna happen, but it would be epic if it did.
Yeah, it'd be pretty.
Maybe it's my undying love for Halo. That's
might be.
Saying that.
I'm just saying that if we're gonna get a Microsoft character, it better be Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah.
Like if I saw Master Chief and I didn't see Banjo and Kazooie,
I'd be upset.
I'd flip a chair.
I'd be upset.
I'd flip a chair. But so I'm gonna say we're gonna see Isaac. Yep.
Oh.
Isaac. That's one character, and maybe a Xenoblade character. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And if there is a Xenoblade character, we're gonna get an Echo to go along with it. Yep, that's it. That's what I'm predicting for Smash for the Direct.
I think if we get a Xenoblade Chronicles character, it's gonna be probably Elma, because I think the DLC is
that pretty lady with the silver hair and the giant robot. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well,
unfortunately, I think Rex and Pyra DLC.
I don't agree.
But
I understand.
If Rex and Pyra get announced this Direct, I will explode in happiness and joy, and it will be the best Direct that's ever existed.
Yeah. Well, maybe not ever.
One of them.
It would be good.
It'd be amazing.
Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat before we call it a night. Read your last comment. Either Tuesday or Wednesday. Elma and Gino, please.
It's not gonna happen tomorrow. It's not tomorrow.
That would be good.
It's too late for it to be tomorrow.
Well, if they're worried about the whole Famitsu thing, they could just publish the video tomorrow, by surprise. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I feel like Thursday is the day.
I am 80% confident that tomorrow's not gonna happen.
You know how we had the podcast last week? How we talked about the Direct, right? It was announced the day before, so maybe something will happen tomorrow too. Not the day before, the day after. What's wrong with me? See, this is why I gotta end the podcast. Like I just can't speak English. Although I haven't been able to speak English since the first line I said, the very first moment of this podcast. So.
Sabbath just spoke words straight from the heavens. Poochie has an assist trophy.
Oh my god!
Make it happen.
Or an item, or just an organic item. That's
either way. Poochie and Smash would be
Poochie
cool.
makes too much sense. Actually,
Poochie is so awesome.
About that. Yeah, I would love that.
Before you mean what about Boshi as an Echo Fighter or Black Mage since all the Final Fantasy stuff? Who the hell is Boshi?
You know, Boshi.
My favorite character, Boshi.
I'm assuming Boshi's related to Yoshi.
I've never heard of Boshi in my life, and so I'm assuming there's
apparently
no way they're going to get
Boshi's
announced.
some sort of cool-ass version of Yoshi.
Who has heard of this Boshi? I don't think they're popular enough to make it
popular enough to have its own wiki page.
That's everything. And you can look up.
You know what he is? He's from Super Mario RPG. Oh, that'd be really cool. Wow.
Black
actually,
Yoshi?
yeah, that makes perfect sense. So if we get Gino and we can get an echo of Boshi, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That would be cool. What difference would they do? Just black Yoshi? He already has a black skin.
Oh, I haven't played Mario RPG, so I don't know. I need to.
I mean, how different could you make Yoshi?
Yo, what if they were to announce Super Mario RPG on the eShop? That would be sick.
I would do. I need that because I haven't played that game.
Yeah.
I need to play that game. Fill out my gaming library. It's like this giant hole of death.
Yeah.
I need to fill it in.
Yeah. So hey, I like the idea of that. So if it happens, I'll be happy. So yeah. All right. So I guess guys, that's it. We'll probably find out about the Direct this week. I think a lot of us are in agreement. We'll see it sometime this week. So hopefully it's great, and I'll see you guys all really soon. And by the way, make sure to check out Brandon if you haven't seen him before. The link to his channel is in the description below. And he's also been streaming a lot of support streams for the Hokkaido disaster. So if you want to help out and support the disaster relief for that, there's a link in the description below as well. And hopefully I'll be joining Brandon in a collab stream later on this weekend. And yeah, check everything out. Watch your videos. Thanks for stopping by. See you next week. We love you. I love you. I don't know about Brandon. He doesn't love anything. He has no feelings.
Nah, I love myself.
Nope, you're done. Good night. Bye. Brandon's a bad person. We should check him out anyways. He's not a bad person. He's great. I'm just kidding. All right. Good night, guys. See you later.
Bye, guys.